Please help me welcome Hope Mulheron. How are you?
I'm great. How are you?
Did I say your surname right?
You did. You nailed it.
Nailed it. Oh, my God. People's surnames, especially when they're from Europe
Yeah.
or somewhere in Russia.
Yeah.
Get it. Yeah. Well, I'm going to go with your little bio on your homepage, right? There's only one thing written there, and that's Proverb 3:1, 25 to 26. And it says KJW. Can you explain what that is?
It is a proverb that I came across a little while ago, and I really loved that it was about beauty not just being what people could see on the exterior. It was about your soul and who you are and what you bring to the world, your purpose, your passions, and doing that, aligning you with God. And I loved that because I thought, so many people just focus on this exterior stuff and they don't actually align themselves with this beauty's actually in here. You can be the most beautiful person on the outside and be an absolute terrible person, but you can actually have that beauty radiate from within exteriorly. Yeah.
How do we do that?
I think you have to find your purpose and go with whatever that is, because when you do something with passion and intention and purpose, it will send out those good vibes. It will naturally help people, and you inspire other people and give them permission to shine in their own way as well. So you accidentally create this beautiful ripple effect that goes out past you, and you're impacting people and you don't even know it, just from living through your purpose and your intention, and you're causing good things to happen around you. Sometimes it's the accidental things that cause the most amount of joy and positive things to happen in the world.
It's true. Do you think as well, because Proverb 31, 25, 26, that comes from the Bible?
Yeah.
So you must have a strong faith with God?
I do,
I'm assuming.
Yeah.
Has it been like that always?
No.
When did that come about?
I think it probably came about more in my early 20s, and I kept asking those big questions like, why am I here? What's going on? What's my purpose in life? And I couldn't find answers just from social media or from people I was hanging around and things like that. And it was really interesting. Somebody sent me a quote from the Bible, and I was like, I wasn't raised with religion, so I don't understand religion. So the more I started doing research into all of these different religions, the more I just found myself more aligned with Christianity and the Bible and the message, the good, strong message that was there, which is all about love. And it's all about doing the right thing. And, you're going to, it's in there. You're going to make mistakes. You're going to sin as a person. You're not designed to be perfect. That wasn't the intention. But when you make a mistake, when you commit a sin, when you create something that's negative in the world, how do you fix that? How do you own that mistake and fix it and go, no, I need to move forward? So I just felt myself aligning more and more with that faith and with that belief in God and in my own terms. So I didn't like when people were sort of saying, oh, you have to do this to be a Catholic, or you have to be doing this to be a Christian, you have to do this. My relationship with God is on my terms. And I think that that's super, super important. I think that's where people get a bit caught up with religion sometimes. They think, I have to go to church and I have to do this. No, your relationship with God is your relationship. How that happens, that's on your terms. That's, that's supposed to happen that way. If he wanted you to go to church, you would be at church. If he wanted you to do something, you would be there. He would direct you that way. Yeah. He's never directed me in that way. I think he understands that and goes, Hope's never going to be the person who's going to sit in church on a Sunday morning, but what she does in her life every single day is aligning her with what I want her to do and who she is and the path that I want her to go down.
Yeah, I think, do you think that people that don't have so God, let's just call it your Father.
Yeah.
Our Father.
Yeah.
Right? Our Maker. So let's say there's our Maker. Do you think that people going on in life just banking on themselves, that they are the be all and end all, that they don't answer to anyone, isn't that predominantly upcoming train wreck in their lives? Because when, because I mean, I agree with you, because I have a funny, I think God has a great sense of humor. I think he goes like, look at Steve, look what I'm going to do to him today.
Yep.
He's such a funny guy. Oh my God, he's hilarious. How do you get past that one?
Yeah.
Go throw him another one. Throw another toxic person his way. He's so good with toxic people.
100%. I mean, he created a platypus, for God's sakes. You know, you've got to just understand. He's got a great sense of humor.
Yeah, something that can walk on the earth and swim for hours under the sea.
Yeah, and I think that some people take it a little bit too literally and a little bit too hardcore and a bit too serious. And I think that's an issue, because then it turns people away from him, because then they think he's just like the authoritarian parent standing there saying you're doing the wrong thing all the time. Where I don't think that's what he's doing. I think he's got a good sense of humor. He's going to throw some curveballs this way or that way. You know, I think that you've just got to embrace it and form that relationship the way you should have it with him. And I think people who go through their whole lives and they are very egocentric and they're driven, it's because they haven't found that. And they probably haven't ever really deeply looked enough for it. But we know from human psychology that spirituality is a big part of us. We know that. It's been studied for centuries. So we know it's there. But whether people are open to finding it is the big thing. But if they don't, and they continuously do the same patterns over and over and over again, then it's just a train wreck in the making. They'll end up on the wrong side of it, and they sit there and they go, I don't understand. I'm like, well, maybe you're not actually hearing the cues and seeing the signs that you're actually in the wrong path and you're in the wrong spot. And you probably need to align yourself with something that makes sense for you. Yeah.
Look, it could be Mother Nature. It could be something. I mean, obviously, but it is like that. It's a, it's a funny one, because I use an analogy, which I'll try, use quickly now. It's like when we were kids and you went into the corner store and there's an opportunity to steal some lollies. And you go, I think I might take some lollies. And the moment you think, and you don't take them, and predominantly the reason if you didn't steal them is because you were afraid of your dad back home. Or your mum. But see, they weren't in the shop. But their spirit was. So God is like that. If you want to lie to people and you think you're getting away with it, you ain't. If you think you're stealing from people, you ain't. You're not getting away with it, meaning you will have a conscience over that. You might have a strong enough conscience to keep going, but that is just, like I said to you, and people can be naive and never know you stole from them. Never know. They don't have to know you lied.
But you do.
But you yourself know you're getting through life as one big motherfucking liar. 100%. And how strong, imagine if you think you're strong that way, imagine having truth, how much stronger you'd be. Because you can face the world, like the battles with the right people, the strong people, the ones that you need to overcome, or the ones you need to work with. Which is the truth. You know what I mean? You're just lying to people, deceiving them, being weak. So it's a what's going on here? These new ones, huh?
Beautiful.
What does Julius, whatever that means? New sponsor. It's a new sponsor? I did not know we got some. You're making money on the side. I did not know we had a new sponsor. Jesus Christ, Chris. See what happens? Deceiving. He must have left God. In all that. Hey guys, Steve here. I hope you're enjoying the podcast. I don't want to take up too much more of your time. You know the drill. We'd love you to subscribe. We'd love you to hit the notification bell. Why? It gets us out there, allows us to go and get bigger, better, greater. We've already had some great guests, as you know, but we want to continue this. We want to continue this journey with you. So if you could, hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell so you're notified each time we put up a new podcast. Thank you for allowing me to take you away from the podcast. Let's get back to it. Well, then you have a few more other pinned posts here. On your IG. I want to get there first a little bit. So you've got 2 pins, and one says, know what sparks the light in you so that you, in your own way, can illuminate the world. Oprah Winfrey. What does that mean? Why that?
I think it's because a lot of people they're just so scared to actually shine and actually be seen, but in the way they want to be seen, in a good, positive way. I think there's just far too much of social media is such a great thing. It's amazing. Like what it's done for the world is incredible. But on the flip side to that, there's so much of that, comparativeness and stuff like that, and that you've got to keep up with this person, or you've got to be doing this, and at this age you should have a house and kids and stuff. That might not be your story, and that's okay. That's fine. You can find what lights you up and shine that through, and then give permission for other people to do the same. Like, that's what makes you you. That's what makes you unique in this world.
You like people to shine, don't you?
Yeah, I do. I like them to shine.
You've said
because
a lot of shine from within.
Yeah, I just think that so many people have so much beauty inside them, and they don't show it. They don't show it because it makes them vulnerable. They don't show it because of the fear of rejection. They don't show it because they think they're going to be ostracized in some way.
But don't you want to know that?
Yeah, I want to know that.
That's what I'm saying is people are crazy because happiness is knowing what sadness is.
Yeah.
Once you discover, and the world's not fair.
Yeah, no, it's not.
It's not a fair place.
No.
So once you know it's not fair, you can navigate it through. But once you know what true friendships are, if you have to lie to people to have friends, and you tell them the truth, they walk away. I mean, how sad is that?
Yeah.
I mean, wouldn't you want the right ones to come that let you be angry, let you be opinionated, let you debate, but you allow them to?
Yeah.
Like, everybody kind of doesn't overpower or stand over, but shares a space in the place. Oh, it's just rhyming there. Shares a space in the place. Chris, we can write a song. And people, I just like, I learned through psychology, and not that I'm a psychologist, not because I've visited psychologists or psychologists, one, for a long time, and I believed she was my personal trainer for my brain.
Yeah.
So my big brain became obese, became lazy, was taking other people's opinions for as fact.
Yeah.
And also I was told just to be happy or just to stay quiet. When I realized all emotions are warranted, and are needed. So I tell people, when you're at a funeral, you want to be crying.
Yeah.
You don't want to be laughing. The appropriate thing is to be sad and cry.
Yeah.
And at your birthday, you want to be happy.
Yeah.
But you don't want to be crying and being sad at your birthday. I mean, but what I'm trying to say to you is you want the right emotions in the right place.
Yeah.
And because I had a situation over the weekend, you should be able to say, that upset me, or that made me jealous, or that made me insecure. Who gives a fuck what they think? You're strong enough to say how you feel because you want to get over that shit.
Yeah.
You don't want to sit in it.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm trying to say? I'm going kind of like what I'm trying to say is, if, they say God is jealous when he's not loved.
Yeah.
It's in the Bible, in a sense.
Yeah.
Well, what does that mean? He wants you to love him. He gets sad.
Yeah.
And people think that that's a crime in this world. Right. So that's what I'm saying. Like, we need to be able, or find the people, or share with people all those emotions and let us sit in it.
Yeah.
Or them to sit in it. And I always say game show music, and run the game show music, because when they ask you a question and they go, you got 60 seconds to answer that, Hope.
Yeah.
Sometimes we want to answer it in 5 seconds. Do your game show music. Yeah. Spend some time thinking about it. But that's what I'm saying is, I think people don't shine, illuminate truly because they suppress a lot of things.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. And that's the catch-22 of positive psychology. Positive psychology is amazing when it's used appropriately, but it's been a little bit too flashed all over social media now, and sort of, I guess, bastardized, because now everybody's like, you can't feel anything other than positive and happy. And if something really tragic happens to you, you have to find the meaning in it. No, you don't. No. You actually don't. No. When something really awful and earth-shattering happens to you, lots of people want to fix it. They'll come to you with all this advice on how to fix it. That's not what that person needs. They know how to fix it. They know how to get there. They just need to be given the time to do it. So I always say to people, sit in that space of uncomfortability with them. It's always the thing of, I can't turn the light on for you, but I'll sit in the dark with you. So we're going to sit in the dark. This is really crap and it's horrible and I'm sorry that you're going through this. So I'm going to sit with you in that moment. I'm not going to try and fix it and positive psychology it away for you.
Yeah.
I'm not going to shame you for feeling sad or feeling distressed or feeling angry or frustrated. I'm going to sit with you in that and acknowledge that for you because you're a human being and you have more than 3 emotions. So I think that that's a huge thing that a lot of people are getting wrong. And I'm seeing it a lot on social media. I'm like, stop minimizing what someone's pain. Let them sit in that pain. Sit with them. You don't have to fix it for them. You can just sit with them.
I agree totally. Look, look, social media is a funny thing. I mean, we're on social media too, and we're obviously also trying to build some kind of personal brand with this character, Steve. And we call him Harry, actually. Harry sits in the chair. But the thing is, you can get up, and I do. I get up and I have a cold shower. I've been having cold showers for years. Only if I find cold showers just rip you in the moment.
Yeah.
I don't think they're even about anything positive.
No.
I think they just, if you are worried, you're instantly worried about cold water.
Yeah.
You're just fucking cold.
Yeah.
Like, you're going like, oh my God, how am I going to do this today? And oh my God, how am I going to face it? Oh my God, this is cold water.
This is freezing. Yeah.
This is freezing. And I'm right in the moment.
Yeah.
And it's dropped all my anxieties.
Yeah.
But there's sometimes I'll get up and like I said, then there's my vision board and my affirmations and then I go hit the boxing bag outside. And there's some mornings, because I don't smoke. I did smoke once upon a time. I go, fuck this, without revealing too much. I don't have pajamas. I'll get up naked and I literally fucking pour myself a Turkish coffee. I sit there. I haven't even combed my hair yet. I haven't brushed my teeth. I haven't done anything. I'm just sitting there like that, waiting for my Turkish coffee to boil over. And then I pour it and literally I live in a place where my house is low and there's a lot of double-story houses. I go out naked, sitting inside my porch, and I just sit there and I go, fuck off. I'm having a coffee. You know what I mean? I'm in a fuck off moment. That's my morning. I don't want to be happy.
Yep.
I don't want to care.
Yep.
I don't want to be happy. And then I actually look back at the days before social media, and you know that yourself, right?
Yeah.
I mean, did you know anyone was doing affirmations in the morning and jumping out of bed and going, this is how I wake up in the morning?
No idea.
No, what I mean is we predominantly got up and got moving.
Yeah.
We didn't look at our phones. We didn't do anything. And people are successful that way.
Yeah.
People are literally successful doing very little.
Yeah. But
just action.
Yeah.
Move, 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 move. So it's great to do the little fluffy things.
Yeah.
But sometimes you just don't, it's okay to fucking get up and sit naked on a porch, drinking black coffee,
100%.
getting vitamin D all over your body,
yep.
and just saying, I'm not looking at a vision board. Cold shower will be later after this coffee. I just want to sit here and be miserable for a moment with my coffee. And I'm training a guy at the moment. His name's Con. He's going through a few things. And the one thing I'm not taking away from him is he's smoking because he's stressed and got things going on. So the gym ain't going to completely fucking fix it.
Yeah. So
we finished the gym and he's having I'm fucking passive smoking with him outside the gym. But I go, light up, man. Yeah, he does.
Yeah,
we walk out of the gym. We've had a great workout. I go light up. Sits there smoking.
Okay. So many bodybuilders don't want to admit it, but they do it during prep. They do it because it's an appetite suppressant and it helps them de-stress. Yeah. And it's that thing of ritual. You know, we love rituals, little rituals. Yeah. We love them and they help us regulate. So, I mean, heaps of us do it, right? Yeah. Those good habits, those not so good habits, you know, it is what it is. I love you've got to do.
I love if someone told me what their bad habits were.
Yeah. Look, there's a list.
Maybe we should start a bad habits page. A bad habit page, Chris. We've got a bad habits page.
Tell me the truth.
I wake up and I swear.
Yeah.
I wake up and I smoke Cubans. I knock back a Tsipiro or some Macedonian with this, or like homebrew, whatever it is.
Yeah.
So what I mean is, but don't you think as well with social media, which is really funny, like, let's be honest here. If I had 1 million followers, I'm an expert.
Yeah.
I'm an expert podcaster.
Yeah.
I'm just an expert. All of a sudden, I did not have to go get a university degree. I didn't have to study anything. I know food. Yeah. I'm a nutritionist, but I haven't got a certificate for it.
Yeah.
I'm a psychologist. I don't have a certificate for it. But because I can tell you how to be positive and happy and have 1 million followers, and you all think I'm unreal. Like, I mean, you're unreal, mate. You're the best. But isn't it funny because you've got 1 million followers?
Yeah.
We've validated people now.
Yeah.
Because of social media. They're experts.
Yeah, they're experts. And so many times I see that. I see these experts or I see these people on social media and they're talking about mental health or they're talking about stuff. And I'm going, you know, there was a coach who did it the other day and I was like, you were a fantastic coach. I've seen lots of your reviews, lots of your results. You were hands down one of the best coaches. Amazing. Love that for you. Stop talking about mental health because what he actually said was actually very shaming and very unhealthy. He said, you know, during a prep, if you're feeling isolated and you're feeling lonely, that's okay. That's normal. And I'm like, no, actually, that's not normal. No. That's not okay. No. And that, to me, if somebody's coming to me saying I'm feeling really isolated and lonely, I'm going, okay, so what can we do to support you? Because that's actually not a normal thing. And I've had people say it during their preps and they're like, I'm feeling really isolated. I'm like, when was the last time you felt like that? And like during COVID, when we were in lockdowns, I'm like, there was physical barriers around us at that time that prevented us from having human connection. What's your physical barrier right now that's preventing you from having that human connection? What's going on for you? And then when we unpack it, they're like, actually, that was my mind telling me that there was a barrier there and there's actually not a barrier there. So I love that there's so many great coaches out there and I love watching their content. I love when they're talking about training, they're talking about food because you get so many different ideas. But when it comes to like mental health and mental well-being space, I'm like, that's not your lane. Don't just positive psychology things and pretty things up on social media because it's actually not helpful. You could be unintentionally very harmful to someone. Because as soon as somebody goes, but I've tried to be positive and I've tried to do that, they internalize shame. Yeah. And that's when we get really, really unhealthy things going on behind the scenes. And then everyone goes, I didn't know that was happening for that person. I'm like, yeah, but they were shamed into that because of everything that's going on. They're told to be happy. They've been problem solved. People have tried to solve their problems for them and gone, just do this, just do this. You didn't sit with them. You didn't just sit with them in the vulnerability and the fact that they were feeling crap and they were feeling yuck. It made you feel uncomfortable. So you wanted to fix it. Or you have a little bit of knowledge about, you know, positive psychology. So you tried to positive psychology it away. You can't. And that's not helpful to anybody. So that concerns me that mental health especially on social media platforms is either projected one way or the other. It's either be really, really positive and have lots of positive psychology, or it's so doom and gloom, but they actually don't give you anything user friendly to go, actually, this is okay. Like, this is all right. We're acknowledging this, but here's how you actually help. Here's actually practically, if your friend is in a really crappy sport, the actual things you can do to support them.
Yeah. Well, I agree. Look, I think the margins of success or misery is very small, like 5%.
Yeah.
In other words, so many people cross the road, there's only a small margin that will get run over when you put it in percentages. And there's so much money to be made, and only a small percentage will make all that money.
Yeah.
And same with, like, when we'll talk about bodybuilding. Myself too, at the moment, I want to lose another 5 kilos. And I know I can, but because of the world around me, I cannot deplete this weight or I'm going to be fucked.
Yeah.
So I need carbohydrates.
Yeah.
I need food. So I've decided I'm not ready.
Yeah.
I'm ready.
Yeah.
I'm 86 kilos. I want to get to 81 because I know I'll just tighten up better.
Yeah.
And I've got so much stress going on at the moment that I'll just fucking tip myself over. Yeah. So I said, and that's what people need to understand.
Yeah.
Dieting down, like my mate, he was 140 kilos. In 3 weeks, I've got him down to 129.
Wow.
Right, so he's lost 11 kilos. But all I did was told him to stop drinking alcohol because I said, you're washing all your emotions away.
Yeah.
You're not even feeling pain, really.
Yeah.
And you're not feeling happiness.
Yeah.
You're just diluting it.
Yeah.
And it's all an illusion, right? That was one. I just, please don't drink. And I just said, you know what protein looks like, and you know what carbohydrates look like, and you know what fat looks like. Just stick to those 3 things.
Yeah.
All right. And I didn't say really what to eat. I just said, just go 200 grams protein, 200 grams carbs. That's all I said. Find that. He goes, that's all. I don't care what it is. Predominantly, I go with rice and find 200 grams of protein 5 times a day.
Yeah.
That's all I said. Whatever he likes, right? Smoking, fucking smoke your lungs out. I don't care. Even when he comes to my house, I go, mate, I'll put an ashtray in my house. I don't care about things like this.
Yeah.
He smokes out the back. But what I'm trying to say to you is this guy's going through something. I'm not going to shut everything off him,
Yeah.
right? And, he's feeling good training bodybuilding. But that's what I mean. Like sometimes, yes, some people can go through a prep and fucking go through the hell, but that's a small percentage of those people that do it. And good on them that they can, and sorry that you had to.
Yeah.
But people need to understand that weight loss of those levels aren't healthy. And if you have relationship issues, financial issues, personal things about yourself issues, you need to understand that maybe just eat healthy, maybe eat clean, maybe don't worry about the complete six-pack and the striations right now. Just stay in not a surplus or a deficit, just stay where you're supposed to be.
Yeah.
If it's 2,500 calories, 3,000 calories a day, just stay there.
Yeah.
Don't worry about it, because compounding that in time, you're going to be in shape. Maybe go for an extra walk if you want to burn calories, but don't start minimizing the food, because that fuel is necessary. And that's what I think the mistake is, that people aren't assessing their surroundings.
Yeah.
And only I knew, because I've been listening to this podcast called Muscle Talks Podcast. I've been listening to it. You been listening to a Muscle Talks podcast, Chris?
No.
You ever heard of it? Mate, go to YouTube, Spotify. There's this bozo who's got a chunky moustache. But anyway, cut long story short, I think what I've learned is there is a level in this sport, and we have body dysmorphia. I have it. I have it every day. And I'll teach you, not that you need a tip from me, but I learned a tip about the mirror.
Yeah.
And I quiz everyone on this. So, when you go to the mirror and you're dressed and you look at yourself?
Yeah.
Okay. And you leave and you go back to the mirror. We always go back. Do you know why you're going back?
You just want to double check how you look.
Yeah.
Because you're questioning it in your head. You don't look that way.
That's right.
Yeah.
You're actually going back to find your flaws.
Yeah.
You're not even going back to look at positive. So I don't go back.
Yeah.
I learned this from somebody. A guy was speaking on stage and he said, do you know why you go back to the mirror? I said, everyone goes, no. And he goes, you have to go find your flaws. So when you look at the mirror, you go, God, I look pretty good in these jeans and this top looks pretty good. When you go back, you're only looking. So I never go back.
Yeah.
So when I walk out, I always want to go back to the mirror. I go, we aren't going back.
Yeah.
So Eve, like my daughter one time had the sun visor, and she's looking at herself and then puts it up, and then the sun visor go, you've looked at enough flaws. I said,
enough of that.
Flaws.
Yeah.
And that's what we do. So it's something good to know, maybe, that we only go back to the mirror to find flaws.
Wow.
So better don't look at your reflections too much. Don't look at mirrors too much. Try to, if you do have a glance, okay, these look pretty good. That's a nice dress. Don't move away.
Yeah.
Move on. But I find that, if you're going to go, like this sport is already hard enough. I have body dysmorphia. I woke up this morning because I was in Queensland and I didn't train for 4 days. I'm thinking the world's come to an end.
Yeah.
Oh my God, I'm so flat. Oh my God, what did I eat up there? I had a kebab. Oh my God, why did I eat a kebab? I had yochi. Why did I? God, I put a lot of that chocolate on top of that.
Yeah.
Bloody Nutella was nice, and the crispy flakes. And what was that other thing I put on? I can't remember. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I did put banana in there and strawberries. Oh, shut up, Steve.
Yeah.
Just eat your yochi. So that's what I mean. Like, it's hard enough being normal in this sport. I think nobody's happy.
No.
Nobody.
I think the thing is as well is that prep will always bring out, and I said this when I was doing my talk for NABRA, that, all of these things, they're already there. You just didn't notice them, or on a daily, you just kind of deal with them and you push them to the side, or you just don't give them the, the validity. And lots of people get into prep and they're like, my relationship's on very shaky ground. I'm like, those cracks, they were already there. They
100%.
were already there. You just didn't want to, you just stuck your head in the sand and you didn't want to face them, or you didn't want to have the conversation, or you didn't want to do anything at the time, or you just kind of went, I'm just going to move past that. Same thing happens with your body as well. And your mind, you go, I don't really ever feel like this. It's like you have, but you've become so acclimatized to it, or you've just pushed it to the side, or you've gone and had a smoke, had a drink, gone and got some medication. You've tried all these positive affirmations. You've just tried to anything to escape it, because we don't like feeling like that. Why would we? But in the middle of prep, There is nowhere to hide. Your body is in survival mode because you are putting it into a survival mode deliberately and intentionally for a purpose, but your mind is going to follow that tract as well. So if you haven't dealt with everything and you're not ready, it's gonna hit you in the middle of your prep. And lots of the times as well, people just go, I'm just gonna tough through it. I'm just gonna push through it. This is normal. Because a lot of people say, oh, that's a normal part of prep. That's normal. And I'm like, who's it normal for? Is it normal for you or is it normal for them? Because some things that are normal for you, like not being super social and isolating and keeping away from people, this person's the social butterfly. They like being out. They like interacting with people. So them withdrawing, that's actually not a normal behavior. So don't just say, oh, it's part of prep, because you don't know that for that person, that's actually their normal. And if they're acting completely differently to their normal, that's a red flag. That can be really, really dangerous as well. And if they do push through it, guaranteed on the other side of that stage, they're going to feel all of it, because that's what happens. We have that massive big crash. Yep. It's within the week usually. And that's when my DMs just light up like a Christmas tree. That week, 2 weeks post-comp, 3 weeks, 4 weeks, everybody's in a bad way. Everyone's going, I'm not okay. I'm not all right. I'm like, no, you're not, because you've just put yourself into a survival mode. You've developed neuro pathways in the brain to program your brain, your body and your mind to do a certain thing. That's finished now. The brain doesn't work that way. You can't just flip on a light switch on and off. You've formed a neurological pathway. You now have to retrain your brain out of that, and it's not going to like it. So you have to be gentle with yourself in that period. And you have a massive dopamine crash. You know, we get so much good stuff going on that last 2 weeks. Peak week, the week of, the day show, we've got so many.
You're a superstar.
Oh, mate, we're 10 foot tall and bulletproof that day. Like everything's great. And that lasts for usually a couple of days.
And you had also boxes you ticked along the way.
Yeah.
You knew numbers.
Yeah.
This many calories. This thing today.
Calories,
this thing today. This thing today. This many weeks going. Yeah. This many hours. This. All it was so many numbers.
Yeah. Everything was so routine and structured and regimented, and all of a sudden everything that you've known, and usually people do it for 6 to 12 months, everything you just knew for that period of time is now gone. You don't have to do that anymore.
You don't have to check in.
If you want to go and
don't
see,
have to weigh.
Yeah, you don't have to weigh yourself. You don't have to take photos. If you want to go and sit and eat, Nutella out of the jar, you can. No one's going to care. You're going to care.
And then it all comes
crashing down.
Wow.
And lots of people say, oh, I don't really have post-comp crashes. But the more bodybuilders I've spoken to, I'm like, everybody's saying, yeah, I definitely get it. And there's some behaviors in there that are really unhealthy. And I go, that's because you don't like feeling like that. You don't like being in that low. You don't like sitting there. So you want to get yourself out of it. And the brain is like a big drug addict. It loves dopamine, loves it. So we just try and find the quickest way to get that happening.
Isn't it happening quickly now with this social media?
Oh, and that's the risk, right? And that's where a lot of body dysmorphia and muscle dysmorphia and a lot of things will feed and come from.
But even
that instant gratification. I'm feeling really crap after I've just done a prep and I don't feel very good. And I've just competed. I don't feel amazing. So I'm going to put a photo of myself up on my story and it's going to get all these likes. And then all of a sudden I get this big dopamine rush again and it's all good. But in 3 weeks time, 4 weeks time, when I've had, a couple of liters of water, I've had some, a few more carbs, I've had a few more things and I'm starting to fill out a little bit because I shouldn't look like I'm on stage all the time. Then that's really, the likes start to go down and things start to like tailor out a little bit more. Or you get your photos from comp and you go, man, I looked amazing on stage, but I don't look like that right now. Like I've just been eating what I want. So, it's a self-fulfilling prophecy that we go, oh God, like now I don't feel good. What am I going to do? How am I going to feel good?
Yeah, but that is also me. It's affected me now.
Yeah.
I think it affects us in business.
Yeah.
So I'll look at a post and people's posts have kind of uplifted or give me a dopamine hit.
Yeah.
But then I will do a post of me, or Chris will do a post of me sitting in the chair talking, and we've got this music in the background, and there he is, Harry, talking away. And then I go, oh, we're done. What a great day. Just a fucking minute post, I think my endorphins are telling me I'm signed, sealed it, and I haven't even made any money yet.
Yeah.
I haven't even checked an email, accomplished phone calls, fucking chased money, or because that dopamine hit makes me believe I'm successful.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. It's happening
Yeah.
a bit.
It
I'm
happens
actually,
everywhere now.
I'm losing myself. I said to Chris, I feel like I've accomplished so much and we've done nothing.
Yeah.
By just 1 or 2 posts for the day on an Instagram.
Yeah.
By, oh my God, I got 1,000 likes in 1 hour.
Yeah.
We are done for the day. Pack your bags. We're off to Maldives.
Yeah.
It's with what? That's what I mean. Like
yeah.
we've kind of hard work is gone.
Yeah.
It's physical is gone. It's all about instant fixed gratification.
Instant gratification.
Don't you think so, goes, Chris?
Yeah.
It caught me by surprise that for the first few hours in the morning, because I work for myself, I'm literally doom scrolling and putting stuff up there, thinking I've just been productive for the day.
Yeah.
So I don't know about this social media, but
it has so many pros, but it's created a whole lot of issues as well. And I mean, a lot of people criticize the new generation coming through and they're going, oh, they're this, they're that.
We're in it.
And I'm like, but have a look at what they grew up with. They grew up with instant gratification. They didn't grow up with learning that you actually need to work really hard to achieve something. They didn't learn that, these kiddos. It's easy.
The long game, yeah.
It's easy for them to jump on social media. It's easy for them to jump on games. It's easy for them to get those instant gratifications now. So that's not their fault. Their brain is responding to the environment they were grown up in. Is that healthy? Is that the way of the world? Is it good? No, it's not. Are they going to have a really, really hard time in their 20s when they go into the workforce for the first time and their boss says, you're not doing your job, you're not doing this, you're not doing this, and smacks them over the hand for the first time? It's a massive big dose of reality for them. So I actually feel genuinely bad for them in some ways that they now have that instant dopamine kick that they're chasing all the time, and that they haven't learned, delayed gratification. Because sometimes those things, and that's what I love about bodybuilding. It can be 12 months, you're slogging yourself to death to get to that day. And that was me in 2020. Like I smashed myself. Like, we were in lockdown. I didn't have a gym. I only had a little bit of gym equipment at home. I had to walk around the oval that was next to my house to get my steps in for the day. I had to go to 3 different supermarkets to get the amount of eggs that I needed. But the day I hit stage, and I remember standing there and I went, everyone's like, you look amazing. I'm like, I don't even care if I win, guys. I don't care about winning today. Today is about the fact that I got here,
right,
that I actually made it to stage. I was elated. I was fantastic. I didn't win. I certainly didn't win my first one out, but I was just so damn happy to be there to get that. And lots of people now don't have that. They don't have that. I'm going to slog out all of this and it's going to be really hard and really terrible in some bits of this, but the end result is going to be amazing. I'm going to feel fantastic.
Yeah, it is. But us that grew up without social media, we're hooked now. We can't be with that. So regardless, regardless saying back in when we are, take it away from us now.
Yeah.
Let's see us try to drive to Newcastle without the GP running.
Yeah.
Let's see you get to our studio with a little book that you got to open up and find a way here. Yeah. And not know how long it's going to take. Let's go back to those days. So it ain't going to happen. No. Look, we'll leave the captions for a moment because I had a few more that you had there. But so early childhood and epilepsy. You were born with epilepsy. Your first seizure happened when you're only minutes old.
Yeah.
And tell us a little bit about that and having that condition, and how do you navigate that in your life?
I think that growing up as a kid, especially because my mum, she was, her being a nurse, she had so much information around her about, all of these different, diseases and things and disabilities and stuff like that. But her not knowing what was going on for me or what was wrong with me, I think that was more stressful for her than it was for me, because I just went, I'm just going to go and do things. But the older I got, the harder it got as well. Yeah. Like, the older I sort of became, the harder it was to be the kid who couldn't play sport because I couldn't get overheated, or I couldn't play anything that was contact or had balls because I couldn't get hit in the head, So I was then the weird pale kid who was sitting in the shade all the time, couldn't go out and be the sporty kid, which was really hard because I was such an energetic kid and I wanted to be about, out there playing with the other kids, and that was just never going to happen. So already off the bat, I was different to everyone else, and that just isolated me from the get-go. And I knew, and I mean, growing up in that era as well, not that it's like, 100 years ago, but growing up in that era, they still didn't know as much about epilepsy, and they didn't know as much about neurological disabilities, and they didn't know that stuff. So I was just kind of bubble wrapped all the time by everyone because they didn't know what was going to happen. And I was like, I just want to go and, jump in the pool with everyone else at the swimming carnival, and I just couldn't do it.
What's changed with then and now with epilepsy, knowing more about it, or what freedoms are there?
It's probably still one of the neurological disabilities we know the least about, because it can happen at different points. So it can happen from traumatic brain injuries. You can be born with it. The doctors are still researching it. They don't really know.
It is a bit of a mystery, isn't it?
It's a mystery, yeah. The human brain is fascinating, but also very mysterious as well. And different drugs work for different people as well. I was one of the first kids in Australia to have sodium valproate. So I was the first one to have epilum, as it is now. But again, they didn't even really know that much about how it was going to impact me. So they were giving me an adult dose when I was a little kid. And of course, all of those issues that come with, side effects and stuff like that, I got every single one of them. But on the other side of that, that meant that I could go to the swimming carnivals, or I could be outside a little bit longer when it was 45 degrees outside, So it had sort of those pros and cons, but they still don't know as much about it now.
Did it scare you?
I think the only time I remember being really scared was...
not only during an episode, I don't know what you're experiencing, obviously, but did it ever kind of just scare you knowing it's there, this quiet thing that just hangs around? And
I think it was just more, I don't think I was scared when I was a kid. I think I was scared of the embarrassment because I'd had seizures at school. I'd had them in shopping centers and things like that. And you're not in control of your body at that moment in time. So you wake up and then everyone's standing around you and you're just mortified. You're so embarrassed and you just want to sink into the floor and be like, can everyone just stop looking at me, please?
Sad.
It just feels yuck. So I think that was probably it was just embarrassment. I think the only time I was really scared was after my really nasty seizure that I had when I woke up in hospital. And I'd been out for 3 days and I knew that my dad was on my right-hand side and I knew he was holding my hand, but I couldn't see him and I couldn't feel him. And straight down the end of the bed was my mum, and she had her head in her hands and the doctor had his hand on her shoulder. And I was like, oh shit, this is bad. And then I was scared. That was the first time I remember going, oh no, like this is bad. Something really bad has happened. And I was scared.
Yeah. I'm sad.
Yeah.
I'm happy you're okay, but yeah, it's sad. It is. I think I've ever really... I've seen it once at work with someone. Yeah, it's quite daunting for the people, like with, not that it's about us, but it's hard to watch too. The whole thing is not fun and not fair.
Yeah.
Especially for the person that's having it, but also, like I said, that unexpected trigger and the unexpected unprofessional people around it too, which they don't know what to do. Yeah. It's a hard one for everyone at the time. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's not like... can catch you and everyone, unfortunately, by surprise. But
I remember seeing a seizure for one of my clients that I support, and it was the first time I'd actually seen another epileptic have a seizure.
How was that experience?
I rang my mum afterwards, and I was sobbing, and I was so upset, and she was like, "What's wrong?" And I was like, "My client just had a seizure," and she was like, "Okay," and I'm like, you must have been terrified.
That's right.
Seeing that for you and for Dad and Laurie and Shannon and all of our friends, that must have been terrifying for you, Mum. I said, I'm scared and I just watched it happen to someone else. I said, that must have been horrific for you. And she started crying. She's like, it was, but you just deal with it, Hope. Like you can't, there's nothing you can do. You just have to deal with it. But I felt so emotional because I had never been on the other side of it. So being on the other side of it was so bizarre. And interestingly, afterwards, I sort of felt the same things that I would go through after a seizure. I was feeling really flat and lethargic and really tired and really sore. And it was kind of almost like I'd empathized with her so much. And I was like, oh, that just shook me. It shook me to my core to see what other people see when that was going on for me.
Yeah, it's like I said, it's a challenge, I guess. And then I guess school years, there was a lot of bullying at school.
Oh, so much bullying.
Yeah, constantly, every single day.
It was constant. It was never ending, the bullying.
How did you get through it? I mean, how do you feel after it now?
Now I look back on it and I just think, kids are jerks.
Even
and they
the
just
unpopular kids bullied me.
Yep.
As a teenager, being skinny, no physical development. They were brutal.
Oh, it was brutality.
How did you get through that?
I think I just really took a lot of comfort in my dad, because my dad kind of got it. He was the youngest of 5 brothers. So he kind of had been, I guess sibling bullied by his older siblings and stuff like that. And he just kind of always was my safe place. So even if I'd had a really bad day at school and I come home and I go, Dad, this is what I'm going through, he'd always say to me, he goes, Hope, it doesn't last forever. I promise you this is not going to last forever. He goes, in 10 years time, you're not even going to remember any of these kids' names, what they said. None of this is going to last forever. So I just kept that hope in myself and, really listening to Dad going, this doesn't last forever. It's going to be all right. It will be over soon. It'll be over eventually. But at the time, it just feels horrific. It just feels like you're just invisible, but so visible. It's like no one sees who you are and the person that's on the inside of you. They just see this exterior of you, and that makes you the target.
Yeah. Shit. But don't you think, I think, haven't we got that on our social media now? Like, really, like I say to Chris sometimes, when I look at a post and I don't agree with it, I just don't agree with it. Yeah. Even if I dislike it, I just can't find the effort, or it's not even the word courage. I don't feel like I want to type anything on someone's opinion.
Yeah. On
an exercise. But if I see something I like, I really want to say, wow, well done.
Yeah.
And I think it's just in people's DNAs. If you're born a prick, you're a prick.
Yeah.
Like, what I'm trying to say? And it never goes away. It's like these school playground bullies will go on in their 40s and 50s and be fucking idiots on social media with something. Like, it just doesn't go away. And I think, I don't know. I mean, I don't think Chris would really care. He doesn't really care much, Chris, because he's Macedonian. But twice, I don't know if Chris knows, the last month, there's been, out of the blue, 2 people have said something on our socials, on my socials. I don't know if you know. One guy said something about, and I've had people say, like, the host looks like he should start training. And I've gone, you're right. Yeah. You're right. I should keep training.
Fair enough.
Yeah. Or that was a boring conversation. I go, yeah, it can be. I don't mind. I've had it, all that stuff. But when it's like, kind of like, it's kind of like a bully. Like this guy, he said something just out of the blue. And I looked at it, just something, I don't know, and it was kind of like nothing. There wasn't even a lot of conversation going. I can't remember what it was. Maybe it was something like, this is the shittest podcast. This guy does the shittest podcast. Something like that. I don't know what it was. So I said, okay, no worries. I went straight to his personals and I just let him have it.
Yeah.
With every language I wanted to use, because I'm going to push back bullies.
Yeah.
I didn't care. I'm not going to sit there and go quiet, because I'll tell you what I mean as well. And then there's this other guy that decided through my personals to say something to me. And I said, well, he's met the wrong person. And no joke, it was like this guy was hoping I went away in the end. It's kind of like these keyboard warriors, and I know we talk about, and we should ignore him. We should ignore him. I ignore him. This is like 2 in like nearly 3 years. But these bullies, sometimes if we let them get away with us, they're going to do it to somebody else. Yeah. And sometimes you have to draw the line. And I've always believed that Jesus, he was a carpenter.
Yeah.
So he had some big forearms on him.
Yeah.
he was pretty strong.
Yeah.
All right. He wore a bed sheet and he had sandals on.
Yeah.
But he could kick down a motherfucking door.
Yeah.
And he sat with the worst. He didn't sit with goody 2 shoes. He didn't think they were saved enough. He went for the worst, the prostitutes, the tax collectors, the bad people, because he needed to turn them.
Yeah.
Because they were doing the worst.
Yeah.
So he sat with them while everyone goes, oh my God, he's sitting with the sinners, bigger sinners, but they're all sinners. And he had to move on from towns when he couldn't convince them all, because he had to go tell the world. Imagine sitting around, which area do you live? Again?
Central Coast.
Central, yeah, well, I was going to go particularly. Let's say, I'm at the Central Coast and I'm sitting there trying to convince everyone that I'm Jesus and believe in the Lord. Well, what's going to happen to Queensland and Western Australia and Northern Territory? And I've got to sit and tell the Central Coast people, I've got to get every single one. He just went in, did what he did. And if you weren't going to believe him, you had to move on.
Yeah. And
that's what I think. In the end, you just can't. I think God isn't a person where you sit back and all right, he's telling me off and he's being really mean to me, but if I ignore him, no, you're just allowing this guy to go and get somebody else. Yep. When does a buck stop?
Yeah.
And as I was telling these guys off, I go, oh my God, they could do screenshots and they put it all over the social medias. And I go, and what's Chris going to think? And I went, Chris won't give a fuck.
You won't care.
Chris will go, who gives a fuck? Did you give it to him? Chris, we lost all our followers. Who cares? Did you tell him what we thought of him? I said, okay. So that's what's great about Chris.
I love it.
Chris will post something. He goes, if a girl goes to hell, it goes to hell.
It goes to hell.
It goes to hell. Like, so I guess we have that kind of common. We're not hooked on like protecting ourselves because we want people. Do you think we want anyone to like us? Not really. We're not trying to make them not like us, but we're not trying to make them like us. Yeah. Does that make sense? We really are genuinely wanting you to like us and follow us and do what we do. But we're not, I don't think both of us know how to pretend like to play this game. Hey guys, Nutrition Warehouse, your .1 store for all your supplement needs. Visit in-store here in Australia or New Zealand, or go to nutritionwarehouse.com.au, or for our New Zealanders, go to nutritionwarehouse.co.nz, shop away, and at checkout, why not use discount code MTP15 to get 15% off all your orders. Hey guys, just want to thank one of our major sponsors, Alka-Power Water, as I cradle their 10-litre box here. alkapower.com.au, go check them out. They're in your major retail stores, supermarkets, and please get yourself alkalined with Australia's #1 alkaline water, Alka-Power. alkapower.com.au. Go check them out now.
I always say hurt people hurt people. Like when I look back on that whole period of my life and I look at the people that were probably the worst in those situations, when I have seen them on Facebook now, or I've gone to like school reunions and seen them, and discovered what's actually was going on for them at the time, or where they are now in their lives and what's happened for them in their lives. I'm like, okay, so now I get why you were so horrific when we're at school. I get it. Like, I get you were struggling with your sexuality and that wasn't okay in your household. So now you had to take that pain out on everybody else. I get it. Or there was some really terrible things happening at home where there was lots of domestic violence and stuff like that. So you were coming to school already hurt, angry, upset, and all of those kinds of things. So I can see it now across that, because I go, look, hurt people will always hurt people. They'll try and transfer it on. Does that make it right?
It's usually that case, isn't it, really?
Yeah, and it's not right. That doesn't mean that it's right. But it's like, well, they're using the strategies to cope that they've learnt, their products of their environment. But does that mean that we allow them as a society to get away with it? No, you don't do it. Like you say, you've got to draw a line in the sand and go, actually what you've just said and what you've just done, it's actually really wrong. And it's not that it's hurtful, it's that what you've done is wrong. To speak to somebody badly is wrong. It's like when people get on social media and they're tearing someone down who's overweight. I'm like, you don't know that person's story. You don't know what they've been through. That, look, I can see they're trying to go to the gym. They're trying to lose weight. They're trying to do the right things. You tearing them down is not being helpful. It's actually being really harmful. Or that girl who's really, really lean and really skinny and you're talking about her weight. Why are you commenting? You don't know what's going on for her. Shut your mouth. Like there's no need for that ever, you know? And I see even the guys, like some of the comments towards males on social media, I'm like, that is disgraceful. Like, I dare you to walk up and say that to him in the street. I dare you to, because when you're on the other side of the screen, it's easy to say that, man. Go to his gym or go to his work or go to his home and stand in front of him and say that. No one would do it. Because they'd be like, no, I'm going to get the absolute crap kicked out of me. Fair.
Yeah.
Sometimes you deserve a punch in the mouth. If you're going to be horrible to someone, you're going to cop the consequence of that.
I think nobody understands that a lot of things that you do, like to stand up for something.
Yep.
Not so much not standing up to negative. Well, I mean, being the negative person, being the person that's putting down people. But you got to understand that once you start something, you got to be prepared to bleed.
Yeah.
Because I put it down to the analogy of a boxer.
Yeah.
The winner looks like he lost.
Yeah.
He's bashed.
Yeah, he's bashed.
Sometimes he looks worse than the loser.
Yeah, half the time he does.
But that's the only way he could win.
Yep.
Was to stand up to the tyranny of punches in the face.
Yep.
And to cop the hits. And these people, when they start something, they don't understand what war looks like sometimes.
No.
And that's the thing. You initiate something, you know, I'll bleed.
Yeah.
And that's what I'm saying is like when I went to these two guys, I said, we're bleeding now, mate. We're on. We're on. And I was like, not because I just said, no, we're on. And even I think my friend was smoking at the gym. He goes, what are you doing? I said, no, I'm not going to stop.
I'm not going to tolerate
I'm not going to stop.
Yeah.
And then eventually they realized this guy is going to keep going. We just started a fucking war. And I will start a war because, like I said, I don't care. Like I said, if someone says, you're fat on the thing, I don't care about that. Or you don't look like you need to train. Okay, you're not that handsome, buddy.
Yeah.
Or your opinions, I don't think they're like that's a wrong principle of exercise. I'm okay with that because there's a million principles. But when it starts becoming like you're attacking me or you're coming through my socials or you want to put a little swipe up there, like literally putting, like I said, personally me down, finding me, I go, I'll come for you.
Yeah.
Because, I don't know what it is. It's just like what I mean by that is it's not so much come for you because I want to fight. I don't want to fight anyone. What I'm saying is I just don't want that guy or that bully to go to somebody else. So we'll finish. Going. So we'll finish it with me. Yeah. So you've picked me. We're going. I don't care if you're fucking even bigger and stronger than me. We're bleeding. Yeah. Because you might
think twice before doing that.
Because else. don't go and don't do that to people. Like, and that's what I mean. Like, people are, it just can't be that way. Like we want to ignore. I heard the saying recently, and you can see what's going on with the Epstein files at the moment, right? And it's true. A good man or a good woman that doesn't stand up to tyranny is a waste of a person. Yeah. Just because you're good and you do nothing, you're useless.
Winston Churchill said it the best. He said, have you ever had enemies in your life? Good. That means that you actually stood up for something. Yeah. And that's, he was a brilliant man. He was a brilliant man, made very, very unpopular decisions throughout the world wars that he backed himself on. He was like, I know everyone's not going to like this and that's okay. I'm not here to be liked. What I'm here to do is protect the empire and protect everyone. That's my job. How I achieve that it's not going to be everyone's crowd favorite. That's okay. I don't care that it's a crowd favorite. What I care about is that I'm saving people's lives. And that's always my sort of take on it too. Like there are probably a few providers that I've worked with over the years and stuff like that. They would hear my name come up in conversation and they'd be like, oh no, like we're going to deal with Hope again. And I'm like, yeah, like if you've got to me, then that's a bad sign. It means that you've actually done the wrong thing this many times that they're going, the only person who's going to be able to stand up to you and pull you into line and cope with you is Hope, because she's not going to let you take advantage of these vulnerable people. She's not going to allow you to do this. She's going to hold you to task and you're going to have every, federal body down your throat. But that means that person and all of the people around them are now protected because I'm standing there. And I think, people don't get brave sometimes. They go, the personal cost and the risk to me is too high. And I'm like, some of the things I've done in my career, the cost of that could be, absolutely, Hope, like you've lost your career. But I would rather put it all out on the line and go, no, I know what I'm saying is right. I know what I'm doing is right. And I'm holding these bullies accountable. I'm holding these people to task. They're not going to get away with this. They might have got away with it all of this time, but it stops with me. I'm not going to do it. And it always ends up that, you're going to make some enemies out of that. That's okay. But then they've learnt their lesson. They go, you know what? We're going to think again before we try and do that on someone else or pull that on someone else, because Hope's not going to tolerate it. They're not going to tolerate it. Maybe we actually need to do a bit of social learning here and go, hey, what we did wasn't right. It wasn't ethical. It wasn't good. It wasn't in line with any positive, good thing in the universe. So maybe we need to take a look at ourselves.
Yeah, it is like that, isn't it? Like I was just thinking while you were saying that, a friend of mine, I won't mention his name, but he worked in kind of a little bit of the front line, like around, government departments, customs type areas. And apparently so many people can get compromised.
Mm.
And he knew there was a compromising moment, and it was, like I said, with a group of people. And they're all standing away from a task they had to do because certain things had to get checked.
Yeah.
And they were pushing away from a certain area, like a certain conveyor, and he just put everything on that conveyor. And they all looked at him like, what the fuck are you doing? He didn't care, and he walked away knowing that's the right thing to do.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, you weren't going to be popular.
No.
So it's popularity isn't a win.
No. It's
more of a conformist to the masses of being liked, I guess.
Yeah.
Or it is. It's I wanted to play this thing. It kept ringing in my head, and it's a little bit. It says it's obviously about guys, but I think it can be female too, right? So let's just go with that. But let me just get off airplane mode, and maybe we can go, because we're dissecting a few things, and we're going all right, aren't we?
Yeah.
This is a great podcast, isn't it? There's a great host, this guy, and great guest. Chris is all right too. I mean,
Chris, like, what about me? He just looks over like, what about me?
Oh, don't worry. Chris nearly quit because one person said I did a great job and didn't mention Chris, and he nearly quit because every time they keep thinking Chris is the best. All right, this one. Listen to this. Do you hear it too, Chris? Let's see if it works.
Every man just wants to hear.
Can we not buff?
Right. I know you can be more.
Right.
Every man just.
So let's just say, and women, all right?
I love that guy. I love him.
Yeah.
Every man just wants to hear. I know you can be more, but you are enough already. And even if you just stay where you are, I'll be right here next to you. You're going to be great, but you don't need to be great. And I'm with you no matter what. Or, as said best by Sturgill Simpson's mum in one of his songs, boy, I don't care if you hit it big, because you're already number one.
Wow, that's beautiful.
I know you can be more, but you are enough already. And even if you just stay where you are, I'll be right here next to you. You're going to be great, but you don't need to be great. And I'm with you no matter what. Fucking hell, dude. Like, I wonder how few guys have ever heard anybody say something like that. You can do wonderful things, but it doesn't matter if you don't. And don't praise a guy's achievements, praise the personality traits that made them possible. Every man just...
What do you think of that, eh?
Oh, that's so beautiful.
Isn't that amazing?
So beautiful.
Isn't that what we're all looking for?
Absolutely.
That to be our team.
Yep.
That to be our crew. That to be our partner.
Yep. I think sometimes men don't get their needs met in so many different ways, and they don't get that emotional validation, and it's heavy, right? What guys have to do is some heavy, heavy lifting.
But why, Hope, do you give us or give me that? Like, who are you? Why do you believe in us? Because we've lost our belief in, especially girls believing in us. Like, we only really feel like our mums believed in us.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know why. My dad didn't feel that. He didn't need his mum to believe in him.
Yeah. His wife did.
His wife did, but he didn't have to worry about necessary people believing in him so much.
Yeah.
My dad was a simple council worker that mowed the lawns, and he sat with men that were business people that invested in properties. Because I want to hear what you got to say still, so I don't want to go too far away. But there was this thing. I got an ethnic background. I'm Greek. There was this thing. So I had uncles that were carpenters. I had an uncle that worked on the Opera House. I had uncles that were painters in big business, shops, properties, construction, truck drivers, factory workers, and my dad mowing lawns. None of them seemed better than the other. And when they sat together, they looked like they had the same dress attire.
Yeah.
But also when they came together on the weekends and visit each other, do you know what sat in every single house when my dad went and visit them, when they came and visit us, and as a kid, they would have nuts, maybe Turkish Delight, Johnny Walker Red.
Yeah. Oh God.
No, but Johnny Walker
Yeah.
Red, and maybe the women would have Baileys.
Yeah.
And then they'd drink Turkish coffee. And the people that had a lot of money had Johnny Walker Red, Kahlua, same Turkish Delight, same nuts. They didn't outprice the person.
Yeah.
Even though there was a Mercedes at the front.
Yeah.
Even though there was a Chrysler at the front.
No one was trying to one up each other.
Fuck, it was just the same sit around the same table.
Yeah.
So what I'm trying to say is, and I want to hear, what is it why you think, like I'm trying to go back to where you were talking about us, but it's true. We want to be great.
Yeah.
We do. We think about that every day. We want to be great. We want to be perceived as great.
Yeah.
And before I hand over to you, my ex used to say to me, you don't need anyone to believe in you. You got to believe in yourself. And I said, I fucking do believe in myself. But tell me, if I have a crowd around me, is that a bad thing?
Yeah.
And I asked, why can't I?
Yeah.
Why can't I have a crowd?
Yeah.
Like, if I believe in myself, which I do, am I not allowed to have a crowd? And why do you believe I shouldn't have a crowd?
Yeah.
And why aren't you my crowd?
Why aren't you my person, my
Yeah,
crowd?
my
Yep.
crowd.
Yep.
Because I want to believe in somebody.
Yep.
That's why you barrack for a team.
Yes.
Why you got flags running.
Yep.
So I'm just saying that, and that's where I talk about men communicating. We aren't great communicators, full
No.
stop. Me and Chris can talk and say 3 words and we think we got enough.
Yeah.
But with the opposite sex, I think we even baffle on. We try to find the right words.
Yeah.
And then we get it wrong, and then we seem like we're needy.
Yeah.
We're vulnerable. And oh God, what have I said? I've opened up too much.
Yeah.
So tell me more.
I think that men now, that again, it's come down to a little bit that, that tall poppy syndrome. That's happening a lot, where it's like, well, I'm now a businessman and I'm this and I'm this and I'm this. And that real intricate stuff around family, that has kind of depleted over the generations, because people aren't getting together like they used to. Like I grew up with my uncles and my cousins and everybody surrounding you, and you'd all go away for the holidays and stuff like that together. Now I don't remember the last time my son, my sister lives in Perth. Like, she comes over maybe once a year, but like once a year we're getting to see each other. Like, we were seeing, families were seeing each other every other weekend and getting together, and it was so normal. And the men in those spaces, they weren't, oh, I'm doing better at this or I'm doing better at this. And they weren't trying to one up each other. They were like, we're all in this together. We're all smashing it out together.
Yeah.
We're all, digging deep and trying to move forward
We're
together.
just coming to the center together.
We're just coming to the center together. And this is the place of no judgment. And this is the place where you leave your shit at the door, and everybody's going to be sitting here and we're going to have a meal together.
The barbecue's running. It's the same.
Kids are running around. This is happening. This has happened. There was just none of that. There was none of that tall poppy stuff. Whereas now it's almost like that pressure cooker of, oh, well, I'm now a CEO and I'm not going to sit and talk to my brother who is just an accountant because I'm the CEO. And you go, why? Like, why are you doing that? That's your brother. That's your flesh. That's your blood. That's who you love. Like, why are you doing that? And girls are exactly the same. It's like, oh, well, I'm CEO now, but you're just a stay-at-home mum with kids. And I'm like, but why does that matter? Like, she's the CEO of her house. Like, she's got her kids. She's running her own show. Like, why are we doing this to each other? And there's been a lot of social breakdowns from families, essentially.
I think as well, we spread ourselves thin.
Yeah, we do.
So what I'm getting at is that all of a sudden, someone that's just popped into, it's like you forget your wing man, your wing woman, your wing friend, your wing people, that the stranger that's just rocked up gets all the attention.
Yeah.
I can never do that. No one gets before Chris.
Yeah.
No one gets before my children.
Yeah.
No one gets before my partner. No one gets before one of my mates or 2 of my mates.
Yeah.
They rock in the room, everyone gets second place.
Yeah.
You don't get first place with me. But when I rock up somewhere and they're acting like this person's important and we don't even know them, I'm thinking like,
Why are they important?
Why are they important, and why are we compromising the loved ones?
Yeah.
Why? Like, I just can't understand it. And I think in society, that's what we do. We look for validation, I think it is, and stretching ourselves thin, and the popularity of. But I just want to know the person next to me is strong.
Yeah.
But if they're not, I got them.
Yeah. 100%.
I got them. And if I see someone in the room kind of put it on them, I'm like beside them, like wondering, now there's two of us, let's go for it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm trying to say?
Bring it on. Yeah.
Bring it on.
Yeah.
Like, who do you think you are?
Yeah.
I love that stuff because I want to protect my person. But when you feel vulnerable, when they leave you alone and you go, fuck, I'm the only person left in this room, I'm going to have to kind of survive here.
Yeah.
And I think that's what, I think, like I said, but I think with guys, I think we, Chris put up a post up recently of something I said, so I don't want to kind of repeat that constantly, or this podcast is going to be up in 4-6 weeks, so it doesn't really matter. But, I've opened up.
Yeah.
And I've seen deers with, like, they're on the highway.
Yeah.
I've seen a woman's eyes go. I'm like, retreat, pull back.
Yeah.
Pull
You've
back,
said too
pull back,
much.
pull back. Like, you'll just go, as simple as, I just couldn't pay my bill this week and I couldn't do this week. And they're like, he doesn't earn enough money.
Yeah.
He doesn't. But they don't know that you lost money somewhere.
Yeah.
That something was compromised through a fault of somebody else, or you're running your own business and your customers haven't paid you for some reason. And it's just the perfect storm happened.
Yeah.
And you didn't realize it.
Yeah.
And then you've got suppliers that say, no, if you don't pay me, we're not going to give you stock. So you have to go to your reserves. And then you go to someone, I just couldn't. No, we can't. We can't go to dinner this week. And they're like, he's not making enough money.
Yeah.
And you know what I'm trying to say? You see it in their eyes.
Yeah.
No, girls don't know this, but we do. We sit
Yeah.
and we talk and we sit and go, and you go, retreat.
Yeah.
Pull back,
Don't
pull back.
be vulnerable, don't
I'm
be
like,
vulnerable.
oh
Yeah.
yeah, but I just then I just paid it by this. Like, whatever you do, you try to work out something, and that's the problem, because they don't. Some people are docile, just sit there and talk away. But when you do want to say this week is tough, or this month is tough, or just something, or you made a mistake. Not so much gambled money or did something stupid, but like I said, you just got to look at the reactions.
Yeah.
And predominantly, what I'm trying to say with a female, they want to know he's a secure, financially set up, whatever he is, but they sometimes don't. Like your dad, he didn't really tell you his problems.
No.
I'm assuming not, right? Nor did. But do you know why? Like, I don't tell my daughter my problems.
Yeah.
Why should a 22-year-old hear her dad's fractured?
Yeah.
Where the fuck is she going to have fine foundation?
Yeah.
So we would never do it.
Yeah.
So if I'm having a bad day and like my daughter's 22 and I have a bit of my ethnic traits, and trust me, my dad never liked to pull out his wallet. Doesn't matter. My dad, his wallet was like, you blow sawdust off.
Yeah.
And he'd open it like this. 1 second. It was just like that. That was his traits, right? And he said, no, with my daughter, I can have not a cent for something with bills. And if she says to me, can we do drive-through McDonald's? And I go, all right. And she goes, oh, it's okay. I'm going to pay for it. I can't do it.
Yeah.
I can't do it. Even one time I couldn't pick her up. I don't know why. I forgot. And she goes, it's all right, I'll catch an Uber. And I go, fuck it, transfer the money for the Uber.
Yeah.
Like, I just can't let my 22-year-old feel like she's put me in a position. Even if I don't have it, I don't care.
Yeah.
Guys can't do that.
Yeah.
Some guys, you know what I'm trying to say?
Most guys can't do it. They
Well,
just,
I can't.
They make it work.
Yeah, that's what we do with our daughters and our sons,
Yeah.
but our daughters too, because that's why your dad will never open up. We don't open up because you don't want our weight.
Yeah.
Our weight will squash you.
Yeah.
It squashes people. And plus you're going through life and you're relying on my foundations, even if mine are cracked. As long as you think they're strong, and that's what guys do. We just can't. We're just trying to kind of navigate storms without making the other, especially our daughters or our partners. We just. That's why we don't talk.
Yeah.
Because we're going to have to lie.
Yeah.
And that's why we don't talk.
Yeah.
So it's a funny place at the moment, but I don't know.
It's a really strange thing when you get to a place though when and that happens when you're in good relationships where you have good friends around you and you have those good people, you know who they are, because you know that you can sit with them and go, I can tell you anything right now and it will never change your opinion of me or how you see me or how you view me. I might be having something go on. I might be feeling, my mental health's not good. My finances aren't good. I'm stressed to the max and I'm going to word vomit everything out to you and tell you everything. But it doesn't matter what I say to you. I know that there's nothing I can say to you that's going to make you think less of me. And there is probably a handful of people in your life that you can do that with ever.
I know.
Because otherwise the other people around you, they can't manage it. They can't handle it because it makes them feel uncomfortable because then they go, I have to fix that for you. I have to do that for you.
Yeah.
Guys are really good at telling little bits of information, but it's like a little flag that they throw out. They go, I'm going to make this comment, I'm going to throw it out there and I'm going to see what your reaction is, and whatever your reaction is going to then determine if I tell you more or if I pull away.
It's very smart, Hope.
They're clever.
You've cracked the codes. Oh, guys, she's cracked a few codes there. It's
and
so
I
true.
watch them. I watch guys do it, and I watch them do it in their relationships particularly. And I go,
very good at that.
Yeah, that you just threw that flag out to her. And her response wasn't what you needed it to be, so you pulled away.
We do.
So you need to just either have the honest conversation right now and say, this is from me. For me, this is my love language. This is what I need from you. You can have that conversation, or you can accept the fact that person is never going to give you what you need and let them go because they're not your person. Because whoever is supposed to be in your life is going to give you that space to be vulnerable and look at you with absolute positive regard and go, you can tell me that you've just murdered someone. I'm going to ask you well, they clearly bloody deserved it. Do you need it? Do you need the shovel? Do you where are we hiding the body? What's going on? How am I going to support you in this? I'll be your oh no, I don't know what happened. We were at the movies. We were drinking. I don't know. We were hanging out. He was with me the whole time. There are those people in your life. And then there's those people who go, oh my God, you just murdered someone. And they'll be straight on the phone to the cops. And you're like, great, amazing. Thank you. And you guys are they're very they work that out real quick. Guys are very, very good. People don't give males enough credit. They know who's there and who's not. Sometimes though, they miss those flags and they want to see the best in someone, particularly girls. They're like, yeah, but she didn't respond the way I needed her to there, but she does all of this other stuff. And I'm like, yep. But can you actually be safe with her? Can you be vulnerable with her? If you are really, really down and you're in the dark and you're in the trenches and you're in a bad way, would you trust her to come along and help you and save you? Or would you not? If you wouldn't,
I'm getting a counselling session now. Yeah.
So then she's got to go. It is what it is. I feel for men because they do carry the weight. Women tend to be the barometers and they will manage the emotions of everybody around them, because a guy will come home and he'll be like, I've had a shit day, and he's in a mood and he's slamming cupboards and he's doing all of that kind of stuff, and she'll do everything to calm the situation down.
Well,
so they're kind of the barometers of everything.
Yeah,
but the men, on the other hand, they carry the weight and the pressure of everything. Go, okay, I'm calm, so now I can think through the problem, but this is really heavy. This is really, really heavy. How do I shuffle off that weight without putting it onto other people? Because that's not what men do. We don't pass the weight off to other people. I need to just manage this, but how do I do it? Yeah,
I agree. And look, let me just say something on the guy side for the girl side. Us guys as well, I think and women, sometimes we don't want to face the truth.
No.
And the truth is a situation with somebody. So we're all playing nice cop. We're all playing good guy or good girl. But sometimes don't you want to know where the cracks lie?
Yeah.
Even for us to know our partners are facing situations out there the right way without manipulating and being nice and popular, but confronting the hearts to come back and say, I had that hard conversation with a family member or a friend or an ex-husband, and they face it. And you go, yeah, wow, that was courage. Yeah, well, he's not a nice guy, not a nice girl. Or how did it end up? Because it's the truth.
Yeah. But
trying to people please everyone and make your partner to please them as well doesn't happen.
No.
That's one. And I think I forgot what I was going to say next, but I think us men know like judging is normal. But once you've had the acknowledgement of what you thought you judged change to be not what you thought, you should applaud it and saying, wow, I thought that person was a snob. They're so friendly.
Yeah.
Because I walked in the room thinking, oh, arrogant, look at that person.
Yeah.
Love me do. And then, oh God, they're so friendly and I'm having a great time with them. Like, you're allowed to applaud it, right? But what I feel is that with guys, I'll just say guys, if you're jealous is okay. But that's your problem. They're not making you jealous. Understand, how can I work on my jealousy to give myself confidence and trust them that they'll either show me what I'm jealous about or show me what I shouldn't be jealous about. Yeah. Meaning it's my own insecurities. So as guys, I've realized don't fight jealousy. Don't fight your partner for it though. Yeah. Wrestle yourself not to feed it, water it, make it bigger, but say, am I trustworthy? Yeah. Am I checking out girls? Am I talking to girls at the bar when she's not around? Am I doing something? Am I doing that's making me think they're doing it? Because that's what happens. Yeah, 100%. I always say the best person you need to trust is yourself. Yeah. Because you can assume, you can't see through walls. You can't do anything.
I always say to people,
but you know where you are and what you're doing. Yeah. And if you're doing something that's not right, and then later you're thinking, of course you're going to think the other person's not doing it because you're not doing it. That's right. And then once you start understanding that, or you realize your jealousy is because they're a great conversationalist, maybe male or female, they're great with crowds. Instead of being jealous of that, say, well, what's the problem with it? And reassess yourself. But it's okay. What I'm trying to say, it's okay to be jealous. Yeah. That's a jealousy.
The trigger is always, I always say this to people, I'm like, if somebody's done something and it's really triggered you, that's okay that you got triggered, but what the responsibility to fix that trigger and to manage that emotion and to manage all the stuff that goes on behind it, that's up to you. Yeah. And you can say to somebody, I found that like you talking to those bunch of guys, or you going on that Bucks weekend, or you interacting with like that on a social media platform made me feel really, really jealous. As a supportive partner, it doesn't matter whether it's male or female, you can go, okay, like I get that. I hear you're upset. Is there, I know that you're going to work on this, but is there anything I can do to help you work on that?
Look, 100.
And then you're being in the supportive space. You're going, I'm not going to fix this for you because it's your responsibility to fix it, but I'm going to support you as you fix it. I'm not going to make the problem worse. I'm not deliberately going to go out to trigger you or intentionally do things, but I'm going to sit here with you and help you support it behind the scenes, because you're going to get this wrong a couple more times. There's going to be a few more times. It's not just, I've been triggered, I need to work on it, it'll be fixed in 5 minutes. You're going to do it a couple. If people love, human behavior is predictable. If you do something once, twice, 3 times, it's going to happen again. It's going to take some time to fix that. But it also becomes to a point where you go, this is a problem for you and you're not doing anything to fix it. And I'm trying to support you to fix it. This is on you. You need to fix it. There's the line. If you can't fix it by this point, this is a no-go for me. This is the end of it. And that's got to go for both as well. Yeah, it's got to go for both to say, this is a line. I accept you as an imperfect person. However, there's a line of where I won't tolerate things anymore. Yeah, that will go, there's too much of me going into this to try and support you and do all of the things you need to do, and you're not actively doing anything to work on it behind the scenes. Yeah. So I think there's got to be that, as for guys and for girls, there's got to be that line where you go, I can sit here with you and support you in this. I'm not going to drastically change my behavior. I'm not going to stop talking to that person, go on that podcast, public speaking, bodybuilding. I'm not going to stop doing any of those things. But what I am going to do is be aware that it makes you feel a certain way about things. And I'm just going to be a little bit on the, the easier side of it.
But you can manage it. Like what I'm getting at is like, because it's good to talk the truth. Like even, you might see someone talking was coming back from the toilet, some guy spoke to her or some guys. There's a few things you can look at, like, who's that guy, But the thing is, she might, if you put the game show music on, she might come back and go, that guy is actually my doctor. Yeah. Or that guy, and you go, oh, and at least I'm glad I had patience. Yeah. Instead of saying, who's that guy?
Yeah, I didn't blow up and make something out of nothing.
And maybe nothing. Yeah. Or let it go for the evening.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just not say nothing. Or
Yeah.
even say, well, my girlfriend's one of the prettiest ones in this room. I don't blame anyone wanting to talk to her.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Because I was on the weekend with my girlfriend up at the Gold Coast, and she was doing mystery shopper. She had to be a mystery shopper. And she gets paid for that, right? So we had to go to a bikini shop. And she goes, come with me. And I went, all right, I'll come into the bikini shop. And I sat down, and there was a chair, thankfully, there for a guy, which we could sit down. So I sat down. And anyway, she went and tried the things, and I said, anyway, I was talking to the assistant, I guess. Anyway, when we left, she goes, boy, she really liked talking to you. And I said, I went, did she? She goes, yeah. And she goes, I go, oh, wow, okay. And this were her words. And firstly, I liked the words I heard. She goes, well, I look at you. I guess she goes, you're handsome and you're a bit muscular and a man, whatever. I said, oh, right, okay. And that was where I left it.
Yeah.
I didn't go, no, we weren't talking. I didn't notice. I don't think so, but okay. No, just, that's news to me. And it is, meaning it is news to me, but I was listening to her perspective of me. So I thought, well, I'm a good-looking, muscly kind of guy.
Yeah.
I'll take that. And maybe letting her be a little vulnerable without flattening it, but also not questioning it. I just went, look, I don't know. I got up and because I went outside the shop to let her finish doing her mystery shopping. I said, I don't think it was any more than just a simple conversation. She goes, no, I don't think so. And I said, oh, well, I don't know. It was beyond what I thought. Anyway, you hungry? Want to eat something?
Yeah. We're moving on.
So, but what I mean is, that's what I mean. And why should I go, why are you feeling a bit jealous? No, I think it's lovely.
Yeah.
That's what I mean. I think people are just jumping. And what I'm saying is, I'd probably feel like her sometimes.
Yeah.
That's what I know.
Yeah.
No one understands you would be in those shoes too.
Yeah.
So how about you act accordingly how you'd like someone to act to you, but they might not, but you do it.
Yeah.
You lead your own way.
100%.
So that's what I found. So since we're talking about dads and mums, my parents, unfortunately, they separated when you were 10, which is always a sad thing, but they remained best friends and until the day with dad passed, even after remarrying other people. Okay. Their friendship never wavered. Oh, wow. I don't know how they do that, but good on them. I was incredibly close to my dad. We just got each other, we just got each other. Both the babies of our families, determined, stubborn, believed nothing was impossible, and I was the biggest daddy's girl. Oh, that's so nice. My dad was my hero in 1992. He got his right leg amputated due to golden staph. The surgery was done incorrectly, and every time he wore his prosthetic, crushed his nerves. Eventually, tumors formed over the years, and had almost every cancer you can imagine. Also, it's diabetes. Oh my God! Underwent 173 surgeries.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to read it through, but let's just read it through properly. Through all of it, he never complained. Wow, what a man. I mean, just loving you is enough too. I love that. I get it. My daughter, I still lose my breath every time I see her, and she's 22. I struggle to breathe. He lived, laughed, loved, and worked for as long as his body allowed. As I got older, there were few things we could do together physically, so I searched for moments. I remember taking him to the Gold Class Cinemas, the first movie we watched together since I was a little kid. The last one before was Dirty Dancing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
At the drive-in.
At the drive-in.
At the drive-in.
Wow. He cried sitting there with me. I did too. Did you?
Yeah. Yeah. We were sitting in Gold Class at Castle Hill, actually. And he was always just so nervous to go anywhere because of his chair. And he hated having to sort of move around. And he got into the Gold Class chair and he reclined, and we had like food and stuff coming in. He held my hand and he was just so teary, and he started crying and I started crying. And it was just one of those really beautiful moments where, I just had my daddy and we were at the movies together. Like I was, 6 years old again or something.
What was the movie you watched?
I think it was actually Minions or something like that. Like it wasn't even a great movie. It was just about the experience, I think, of going to the movies with him.
my relationship was complicated. I guess we were different wavelengths. My mum was always loving. I mean, sometimes, you know, boys with their dads and girls with their mums, it's always a bit like challenging, but usually when it's the opposite way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think my mum
wow.
and I got each other, but we didn't probably connect until I was a bit older, because I think she spent so much time being a nurse to me when I was a kid that it was really hard for her to switch gears between being nurse and being mum. So I think that kind of impacted our relationship a bit. And because she was always the one going, you know, don't go out in the sun and you can't do this and you can't do this. And Dad was always the fun parent going, yeah, just jump in the water. Don't worry about it. Like, yeah, go ride your bike. It's fine. Like, don't put your helmet on. Like, Dad was a bit more like, you can't wrap her in bubble wrap forever, because, you know, eventually if it's going to happen, Joe, it's going to happen. He would say to my mum, and Mum's like, I can't sit with that. Like, this is my baby. And, you know, her nursing as well, she just couldn't sit with it. So I think it took a lot from her. And because then I was, you know, 16 and going, I'm out of here, like catches. She was like, I've spent all this time protecting you and now you're just throwing it in my face. Like, what are you doing? So I think we got better once I fell pregnant with my son. I think that's probably where we really started to connect again, because now I'm a mum and she's a mum. So there was and even though she'd only had girls, she was such a big support to me. And, you know, she started really working on herself and her trauma behind the scenes, because her mum was, you know, very, very mentally unwell. And back in the 60s and 50s, like, that was not a thing. So she self-medicated with, you know, a case of scotch every week and prescription medication. And my poor mum copped everything from her. So she had her own trauma and her own demons. And because she wasn't healed before she sort of moved out and you know, had kids and did everything for herself, it just inevitably just started creeping up more and more as she got older. So we didn't really make sense of each other for a really long time. But it wasn't until I was in my, you know, 20s that I understood as well what my mum had been through either, because she never really talked about it. She didn't really say anything about it. But when she did start to tell, you know, what had happened to her, I was like, Mum, that's horrific. Like, that is horrific that your mother did that to you. That is awful that you went through that. Like, that's not normal. And I think for a long time she was like, that was normal. I'm like, that's not normal, Mum. Like, that's really horrible. You've got some trauma there from that. So I think once she started working on herself and things that had happened to her and I got way closer. Because it was like, I never judged her. I never said anything to her. She'd had a fight with my sister and they weren't speaking. And Mum was sort of talking to me and I was like, Mum, I want to help you with this. I said, even as a counsellor, I said, I can give you some techniques, but I'm too close. You need to go and see someone else. Yeah. So I had to refer her on. But once I did that, she kind of went, oh, actually, like, what Hope's done for me has been really, really good. Like, she's pushed me in the right direction and she sort of helped me. And I understood her better as well after that.
Yeah, look, we've all grown up through certain things, but in 2022, 2 months into your prep, the day after my son's birthday and his first football game, I got the message from my stepmom, your dad's in hospital, his organs are failing. I dropped everything and went to him. When he said, you know, I love you more than anything in the world, baby girl, I knew that this time was different. My sister arrived from Perth and within 8 hours he was gone. After the funeral, my coach told me it was okay to stop prep, but my dad would have been furious if I quit because of him. So I kept going. Some days I trained thinking, this is stupid, understandable. I just want my dad. His favorite band would come on at the gym. What was his favorite band?
ABBA.
Loved
ABBA.
And what was the song?
Dancing Queen.
Dancing Queen.
Yeah, I think he voted for that to be the Australian national anthem at one time.
He's hilarious, your dad. And like he was telling me to keep going, I cried through the sets, proper sobbing. I won that comp, and when the lights went off backstage, I felt like losing him all over again. I stayed away from the gym for 3 months. I had to learn how to live with grief, not bypass it, not positive vibe it away. Wow, huh?
Yeah. rough prep, that one. But I think it was one of those things that, and a lot of people probably do this in bodybuilding and not realizing it's not necessarily the right thing to do because we don't have control. Like, I had no control over the fact that my dad was no longer here. So the only thing I could do was grab onto something that gave me stability and routine and control.
Yeah.
So I buried myself in that. And it's such a weird thing that in my logical, intelligent hope head, I knew he was gone and I knew that was it. But just something, I just thought if I get to the end of this comp and I win, maybe somehow, some way, I'll get to see him again. I'll get to give him one more hug. I'll get to, have one more moment with him. But literally I walked off stage and I looked at my son and
tissues, Chris?
I just knew, I was like, that's it. He's gone, and it didn't take the pain away. It didn't fix it. And he was gone and I just had to sit with it. I just had to go, I'm never going to get that hug. I'm never going to see him again. So it was so good to have something to focus on for such a long time. But at the same time, at the end of that day, it just felt like everything was like so much more real. Like I've just gone through everything all over again.
Yeah, I'm your dad, he's amazing.
He was an absolutely incredible person.
No, he's amazing, man. I'm telling you, he's amazing. From one guy to another guy, he's amazing. We long as dads and as fathers. Like, I sometimes think to myself, like, will I be am I a hero? Unfortunately, like I said, sometimes divorce doesn't make you seem like a hero.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But, your dad, your dad would have wanted you to do the comp, and he would have wanted you, and he was there. He got you to win. He got you to push through. It didn't matter all the operations. It didn't matter the cancers. It didn't matter losing that leg. His spirit was too strong, and he was a strong man.
Yeah.
I don't know if his song choice makes him strong. I don't know about Dancing Queen, but it could be Macho Man Village People or something. But he's got Dancing Queen from ABBA. For a moment there, I'm thinking, but you're very lucky. You're very lucky.
Yeah, I was so lucky to have him.
You're very lucky to have him. I'm telling you, you're very lucky. I hope you're a wonderful person.
Thank you.
You're a wonderful person. And he's, like I said, and your mum's lovely too. Trust me, I think she's lovely too. But your dad, he did the job. He did the job well. He did the job, and even crying at the cinema, probably watching Minions, and which is ridiculously, but it's not about that. It's sitting with his daughter. He probably didn't want that cinema lights to go on ever again.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, well done. You're very lucky. I take my hat off to him. I really do. So you've we'll kind of jump from that prep. We'll go back a little bit. You discovered bodybuilding when your son was 5?
Yeah, he was 5.
What made you discover bodybuilding? Probably everyone wants to know, how did you discover bodybuilding? And how old were you at the time?
I think I was 30. I just
30.
turned
All right,
30.
so 30.
Oh, no, I was probably
Were you
very
active
old,
at all
like
in the
35.
gym? Were you an active person at all?
No,
Okay, so
I was too frightened of the gym because, with having epilepsy and having my eating disorder and everything that was going on, I was terrified of what was going to happen.
Did you have an eating disorder even then before the gym? So how long did your eating what was your eating disorder, if you don't mind me asking?
So I was bulimic.
You're bulimic. My sister, I don't think I handled it very well when she told me, but my sister's bulimic, where you bring up your food. Is that right? My sister was the same, and when she told me it, I just went, oh, like I was just, but you don't know how serious that is to anorexia. It's as serious as it is. Yeah. So go ahead, bulimic. Yes.
Yeah, and I'm
sorry to hear that.
Thank you. I managed that probably during my pregnancy. I managed it really well because I was like, I need to be healthy for this baby. And then after I had him, I just became obsessed with, like, he would be in the bouncer and I would be on the treadmill, like, at home. Like, I was just obsessed with getting back to this tiny little frame that I had. And when he was 5, he was starting to, he's running around. He wants to play football. He wants to do all these things. He's, typical little ADHD. He's like full of energy all the time. And I was like, I don't want to not be able to keep up with him. But equally, it's time for me to do something for me, something for my health, and something that's really beneficial for me. And I went into a gym in Newcastle, and my PT who was in there, he'd done bodybuilding and he'd done strongman and powerlifting. And he was like, check this out. And he showed me bodybuilding. That was it. I was hooked. I was in love. I was like, I want this so bad. I can't even tell you. Wow. And he was like, okay, well, you need to find a coach. He goes, because you can't do that by yourself.
And inside your head, you got to keep food down, because that's how we build muscle.
Yeah.
So that would have helped you.
That it did. It was that mindset change between food isn't, I need to use food for fuel. So it had a purpose then.
To build muscle too.
To build muscle, to do all of these things. So my coach was really good. Full disclosure, said to him, I said, this is what I'm battling. And he was like, let me just be very brutal, Hope. He goes, if you cannot maintain your food, you will not go anywhere in this sport. And I was like, it's on now. Like, someone told me I can't do something, it's on. I can do this. Let me do it. So that was the first time that I really felt like I hadn't just recovered from my bulimia. I hadn't just mastered or managed it. I was actually going, no, I'm in recovery now. Like, I'm on the other side of this. This isn't something that I'm going to have to continue to fight for the rest of my life. I'm actually in recovery and has been ever since, because it's just that view of food and training and things that are different. Because to say to somebody who's got bulimia, you've got to eat 6 times a day. Oh my gosh. The fear that rolls through your head, and you go, oh no. But then I kind of, I was seeing that I was eating 6 times a day. I'd get on the scales at the end of the week and I'd lost 500 grams or I'd lost 700 grams. I'm going, what is this like?
Crazy.
What is this?
Eat to lose weight.
What is this Harry Potter wizardry going on here? What is going on?
It's funny when people tell me, my friend too, he goes, I got to lose weight. He goes, all right, I need you to do it 5 times a day. He goes, what?
Yeah.
I said 5 times a day.
It's the craziest thing for you to wrap your brain around, to go, you're going to eat 5 times a day, 6 times a day, but you're going to lose
the motor
weight at the end of this. And you go, I don't understand this. Like, and it's such not a cultural norm anymore to eat, 5 or 6 small meals in a day and not have, big, just breakfast, lunch, dinner, snacks and stuff. Like, that's such a cultural westernized thing of, you have breakfast, you have lunch, you have dinner. Yeah. Whereas other places around the globe, the same thing. You just have like 6 little meals all day and you just snack, and that's what happens. Yeah. So it was amazing, because I was like,
and
wow.
chickens for breakfast, not cereals.
Yes.
You know what I'm trying to say? Chicken with eggs.
You're having chicken and eggs on
scrambled
rice.
Or whatever it is. But it's amazing. Okay, we're going with that. So no one tells Hope what to do. Or tells Hope what she can't do.
Yeah, never ever. No one tells me what to do or what I can't do. If somebody says you can't do that, I'm like, oh, watch me.
All right. Yeah. So that got you moving and got you to prep for your first comp, which you didn't care at the end what you came. You're just happy to go.
Just happy to be there, especially after COVID and everything that was.
What federation was that?
That was ABF.
ABF.
Yeah. I don't think they're in operation at the moment.
I mean, there's so many, but so I guess, how many comps have you done?
I think I've done 5 now.
Who are they with?
So
ABF.
ABF was one, and NABA, and there was another federation I shall not mention. They'll remain nameless, because I didn't love my experience with them, so I certainly won't.
Okay, that's cool. Damn it, come on, we can post that. We can get good ratings. No, probably they won't. We want everyone to sponsor us, so let's not bring them down. Yeah. But okay, and so 2025 was your last comp.
Yeah.
And that was your best results?
Yeah, best results to date, for sure.
Why do you think they're your best results? What was it, something different? Was it the maturity in the game? Was it a different prep? A different?
I think it was a bit of everything. I'd changed coaches because I'd had the same coaches and coaching style the whole way through.
Yeah.
So I made a really hard decision at the end of 2024.
It's like breaking a relationship.
It is. And I felt awful. Like I
Yeah.
felt so bad. But I was like, you have to continue to grow and you have to continue to push yourself. I've had, 4+ years in this sort of style. I need to try something else. I need to continue to push myself and grow and see how I go. And it's like breaking up a relationship. It's so yuck. So this prep was completely different in food and in training, but also in my mindset, because for a long time I'd noticed across the bodybuilding industry, things are labeled during prep as, oh, that's normal part of prep. And I was like, let's just see how normal this is. And I stopped listening to the normals and started going, if my body's telling me I'm tired, I'm going to go and have a nap. Or if I am genuinely sore from head to toe, I'm actually not going to go to the gym today. I'm going to push it. If I'm not hungry and I'm on meal 5 of the day and I've still got 1 more to go, I need to let my coach know and go, hey, actually, I'm not hungry here. What else can we do? What can I subsidize this with? So there was a lot more internal awareness, a lot more grounding, a lot more skills that I kind of went, I'm just going to test this out on me first and see if it works. And that's exactly what happened. A lot of the stuff that I was going, everything that I've been told as normal prep, that's not right. There is actually a different way to do this. And I can do this for me. I can help somebody else do this as well. And it's about working with their coach and working with them and going, okay, so how do we get this? How do we turn this around and make this an easier prep for you, rather than just going, you're going to be moody during prep, or this is going to happen. So I think it was just that I was in a really good mental health space. I was really in a good physical space. I had a completely different new outlook on life as well, because I think this prep didn't hold anything for me. With 2020, it was my first prep. 2022, I was carrying the grief of my dad. This was the first prep that I was going into going, there is no reason that I can't actually do extremely well this time. There's nothing sitting there for me. So let's see how this all goes when it all flows properly.
Yeah, well, I think sometimes we do need to change. Like I was seeing a psychologist for a long time and I needed to. And I think at one stage I just needed a change.
Yeah.
I was scared to change.
Yeah.
Because I thought, what happens if it goes backwards?
Yeah.
So, but when I told my psychologist I needed a change, she understood, because I knew how we started our sessions and I knew how we finished them. And that's not good.
Yeah.
When you know exactly what the whole hour entails and you know roughly what her answers are.
Yeah.
How do you feel about that, Steve?
Yeah.
Or, basically that, or is that you? Or the person said, or they say, like, when they say, how would you have addressed it differently? That's when you know you got it wrong.
Yeah.
So once you know all that, you need to find someone where you don't know how the hour session goes.
Yeah.
And maybe they say the same things to you, but it validates it better.
Yeah.
Instead of you questioning it. So I guess that's what happens when you go with a coach, because it's relatively the same, but sometimes they've just got little tweaks, little things, because he wants me to do this to this and check in on this day, but someone might say I need something different.
Yeah.
2 check-ins a week or 2 in a day, or, like just little tweaks that refresh you a little bit.
Yeah, 100%.
So 2025, so you were at the Sydney show there?
I was.
Because I went to that show.
Oh,
I was in the crowd. Yeah, I was in the crowd. I went to the crowd.
I did. New South Wales State was a really, really fun one, because I knew that I was up against the lineup I was in was going to be coming in hot. Like I knew that it was going to be a tough lineup, and they kept us up there for ages, and they were swapping us around and moving us. And I knew it was between me and Heidi, because I could see, and my coach is one of the judges, so he had to sit right back. And I was looking at him, I was glaring at him. I'm like, everything on me is cramping right now. What is going on? And he's going, keep going, just keep going. And I'm like, if you guys don't pull us off this stage, I'm like, there's going to be a problem in a minute. Like, we're going to pass out. But I could see the adjudicator running up and down between the judges. And then she took off to get Maria, and Maria came back over, and then they made us pose down again. And, Heidi got it over me, and I came off stage and I was like, everyone's like, oh, like we thought you had it. I'm like, I'm so fine with this. I'm so fine with getting a silver to someone who has been in this game 13 plus years, who is a pro in other federations, who was a pro previously. Now, but I'm stoked with this. Like, this is a great result. I feel really, really good.
Yeah, of course.
And this is the first show. This is the first one. Like, bring it on. Come at me. So then off we went to Queensland to do nationals. And then I knew again that was going to be like really hard. I had the national Queensland girl, New South Wales champs. So I had all these champs in this lineup, and I was like, I'm happy just to be here at this point in time. Like, I got nothing. I was so shocked when they called me out for the final 3. I was like, you can see it on the live feed. It's so funny. I was like, oh wow! Like, and walk forward. Like, what are you talking about? Felt amazing then coming into Worlds, because I was like, I've just been in the top 3 twice. So now here we go for Worlds. I completely underestimated what Worlds, how massive it was going to be, how hard it was going to be. The girls I was up against, like, they were a whole other level. Like, the girl from Korea who came over, she was in, like, I didn't even want to stand near her. I was like, don't stand near me, man. Like,
the Koreans were really tough.
Oh, incredible. The frame on her legs. I was like, I've got quad envy. Don't stand near me. Like, I don't like this. She's a little bit shorter than me, but I was like, just don't. So it was a really, really good show. But to get 3rd in the swimsuit, I was stoked with that. I just wanted one of the medals. Didn't care what color it was. I just wanted one of them, because I was like, they look amazing. I just want one of these world medals.
Yeah, they were very good.
Beautiful. It's up on my wall, because I'm like, this is really cool. This is the coolest medal I've ever had. So 2025 was an amazing year. Like, it was so much fun.
Yeah.
I was exhausted by the end of it. Like, that was doing 3 shows. And even though New South Wales and nationals were a week apart, then we had 4-week gap to Worlds. So managing my mental health in that time, I was like, okay, how do I need to do this successfully?
How'd you do it?
Look, there was lots of different techniques I was trying out. I took, anytime I wasn't feeling okay, I'd take a day off work and I'd take it as a mental health day. I would say, it's a mental health day, guys. I'll catch you later. And whatever I needed to do to get myself to feel grounded, or just sit in the space of feeling miserable for the day. Like, if I felt like crap and I was like, I don't want to talk to anyone, all of this kind of stuff, I'm just going to do what I know how to do to help myself feel okay and stay away from other people. And, sit in the space of uncomfortability, because you have to learn how to do that. But there was heaps of different things I did during that period. So many different things. And I could tell you the things I did and you'd be like, hope that would never work for me. I would be like, absolutely not, no. So I try to tell people a little bit of things, and they go, oh, I've tried that, it didn't work. I'm like, yeah, it might not have worked. That might not work for you, but how about we try X, Y, and Z? Like, let's see what else we can do for you, because it's about you as the person. So there was heaps and heaps of stuff going on at the end of it. That was the easiest time of coming out of, like, comp as well. Like, I didn't have the big dip. Like, I had a little bit of a dip, but I wasn't like sharp and I hit the concrete face first. But there was quite a lot of people that reached out to me after that, going, I'm not okay. I'm not all right. I'm like, I'm not surprised you're not all right. This was a massive season. And even some people pulled the pin before Worlds because they were like, I'm not okay. Like, I'm not all right. I'm like, we've just had a huge season and it's all been very close together, but also a little bit of a distance. So I get it. Like, I get why there's this mental strain as well as a physical strain going on.
Yeah. No, it's, wow, that 4 weeks, would have been intense, but it was a great show.
It was an amazing show.
Did you go to the Harbour Cruise after as well?
Yeah.
How good was that?
It was so much fun.
Oh my God.
It was so much fun.
Wow, they did an amazing job. Like, they did an amazing job. So I was telling people, like, it reminded me of the Kevin Costner movie, If You Build It, They Will Come.
Yeah, Field of Dreams.
It feels like a bit like a Field of Dreams. It was
Yeah.
kind of like they built this amazing worlds in Sydney there and everyone came. And though I think it had room for more, let's hope more comes.
Yeah.
Because it's got room for it. It's really, it's quite amazing, you know. So then the birth of the arena.
Yes.
So in 2024, I fully returned to bodybuilding. NABA felt like family. People who genuinely cared, owned gold and a bronze medals. Then committed to the Worlds, back-to-back preps. This time I stayed mentally present, mindfulness, mental wellness. I'm just reading through it quickly. So what struck me from my first prep and how unsupported mental health is in bodybuilding. I became active counselor on countless athletes. When I raised concerns professionally, I was told who would take that risk working with those athletes. That shocked me. No one says that about elite fighters, F1 drivers, or Paralympians. Athletes are told to suffer in silence, to just stop prepping, to be grateful. And they do, and if they do express themselves, it's a positively psychologized away. I refuse to accept that. I could go on, but yes. So your professional title is?
My professional title is Senior Behaviour Support Practitioner and Counsellor.
Yeah. And you deal with normal people every day.
Yeah.
And what's predominantly what you do?
So most of what I do is behaviour support for people who have significant mental illness and, quite substantial disability as well. So I actually specialise with psychosocial disability. So mental health is my bread and butter. Like, I love it. I live and breathe it every single day. So I can work with people that have, anyone who's got bipolar, schizoaffective disorder, depression, agoraphobia, you name it, the whole range from where to go kind of thing, as well as working with, people with ASD and ADHD and all of those kinds of things as well.
And how do you start with them?
Just being friends.
Yeah.
Just
let them talk.
Yeah. Just non-judgmental approach, because I think that's the problem in bodybuilding is there's this real judgment that comes across from people.
So you use that same thing. Hey,
Yeah.
if I can have another coffee, that'd be great. I'm dying. I need a
Yeah.
coffee. Go on.
I think that's the big thing that, bodybuilders face is there's a lot of judgment placed on them. And they sort of say, like, you should just be grateful. Like, it's a choice to do bodybuilding, or, you don't have to do it. You should just stop. Or, oh, that's because you're taking so many steroids or whatever. And that's just not the case. That's just not true at all. And I don't think it's fair to say that to someone, just because they may have a few extra challenges and hiccups and stuff along the way. That doesn't mean that they're not going to do great at this. It doesn't mean they don't deserve the chance and the opportunity and the support to get where they want to go. Like, I just don't think it's right. But there is a lot of mental health around bodybuilding, so much. Yeah. There's anxiety, there's everything from anxiety to depression to, there are people that have bipolar, there are people that have ADHD and ASD, there are people that have body dysmorphia and muscle dysmorphia. These are real things that are going on, and people deserve the opportunity of support. They deserve somebody to be in their corner behind the scenes and go, you know what? This isn't okay. Like, this isn't normal. How can we help? How can I help you during prep? What do you need from me? How can I support you to get there?
Yeah, well, because I'm just reading your notes and listening at the same time, I think there was a point where you said, well, let's just say, whose fault is it?
It's a little bit of everyone.
Like, come on, who's a little bit of it? Whose fault is it?
It's the federations for putting too much pressure on the athletes and not taking any accountability.
But don't you think they've told them enough to make the right choices?
Tell somebody something, or, it's put your money where your mouth is. If you genuinely care about your athletes and you genuinely want them to be on your stage and to know that they're not just a number and they're not just money in your bank, you will actively do something to help support them. You will offer them a support or a service. You won't just leave it up to them.
So in other words, federations should recognize and do some research on their own federation, meaning they should finish each competition and have a questionnaire that allows people, the athletes, to bring back a certain feedback to them.
Yeah.
But one of those feedbacks should be your mental health.
Yeah. And
what you found challenging in prep.
Yeah.
And what would you find beneficial as a federation, whether you implement it or not.
Yeah.
What would you like to see? Like, is there us and what general society is doing, which is completely flawed, Do we just go call the 1-300 number,
Yep.
which is fucking fraudulent in their behaviors and are hopeless because we're just calling a call center
Yep.
that offers no support, and you have so many minutes with them.
Yep.
Seconds with them, really. Seconds with them, which is disgusting. I had to use them once and I was like absolutely gobsmacked. I said, what the fuck is this thing?
Yeah.
Right? And so maybe that every federation should put in their budget to have maybe a WhatsApp group.
Yeah.
Counselor in there, and that counselor can guide certain people that like to talk in a group.
Yeah.
But finding that some people don't like talking in a group and want to go for a moment of talking, but somehow that is budgeted into offering counseling support. Now, it could be, and this is what I hate, how everybody just fucking takes volunteering for granted, because it's even in the performing arts industry, mate. They'll take all the backup dancing people just because they want to make it. They're all free. Everyone's free. Like the person that makes the most money is the promoter.
Yeah.
They do. The promoter of a movie, of a theatre extraordinary, and these anything, bodybuilding, whatever it is, concert. You know, obviously the star makes money, but the promoter that sells all the tickets. But you've got to have the emergency workers there. That's what they do. They have ambulance turn up. They have police outside. You've got to pay for that stuff, right?
Yeah.
And I think maybe you're right. Maybe with federations, they need to run a questionnaire, because
they're lucky they haven't been sued. They're lucky, you know, there have been many, many bodybuilders that have died. Like we see it all the time on social media. And these guys are young. They're not 80, 90-year-old men that are dying. These are 20, 30, 40, 50-year-old men that are having massive heart attacks and dropping dead, you know, or women. There's been quite a few women recently that they went into kidney failure. What the hell happened to them? You know, it is just on the grace of God that this has not happened at a show, or very relevantly soon afterwards that it's been linked back to bodybuilding. Because
it happened at WBFF once.
Yeah.
That guy, and then that ruined their reputation.
It does. It's not even just
Thank
about...
you, Chris. You're a good man.
To me, I just sort of go, you know, it's through the grace of God that it hasn't happened recently. Because the second that it happens... The news, you know, the Australian government will just come in and go, you guys are completely unregulated. You're a bunch of cowboys. We all know that you're using drugs and alcohol.
That is illegal.
Bam.
That's illegal.
Done. You're all done.
Yeah, I guess
all
you're
of
right.
you are closed down. So for the federations, just for their own risk management policies, it would be good to say, hey, we have an affiliated mental health professional who's here, who's overseeing all of the athletes. So as soon as those athletes register with the federation, they go, right, you know, this mental health professional is going to work alongside these athletes throughout their prep and 2 to 3 months after the completion of the comp to make sure that they're psychologically sound.
Never thought about that, but yes.
They need to do the whole thing, because then they can come back and say, look, you know, we can't control if they're going to use whatever substances they're going to use, we can't control that. What we can do is say our mental health professional was working with them. They deem them safe to be, you know, competing at this time. That's it. That's all we can do. We've offered them all the support. And equally, not all athletes are going to take it up. Some athletes might go, no, I don't need that. But you've been offered the support. You've been offered to have that. If you don't take it up, that's your choice and control. You're a human being. You're allowed to make choice and control decision. But we've offered you the support. But allowing it to be okay. Like we have prep coaches. We have...
Yeah, but what about them? Aren't they accountable coaches too?
100%.
Because at the end, like it's just...
Too many coaches are unfortunately falling into the habit of being an accidental counselor. Like people will ring them and say, I'm doing my check-in, but this happened to me this week, and this happened to me, and this happened, and they're unpacking on their coach, and their coach is going, but how was you training this week? Like that's not their field of expertise, but they've got nothing to measure it against. They're not a mental health professional.
But also these coaches have predominantly gotten themselves a behind the cereal pack registration to be a coach to not that level. Yeah. It's probably, thank you for that. Possibly that was going to say, I'm going to try to see if I can pause this. Damn. Great, thank you. That they're supposedly coaching people that, and trained to coach people not on the stage, in general life.
Yeah.
On calorie controlled meals and a bit of physical activity, predominantly.
Yeah.
And so that's pretty simple. You can get someone to eat chocolate cake, but just eat below your calories and you'll lose weight.
Yeah.
Go to McDonald's, you lose weight. But bodybuilding is a whole different.
It's a whole different thing.
It's literally a dialing in machine.
Yeah.
And then you're suddenly putting chemicals together, counterfeit possibly as well, chemicals together.
Yeah.
People using syringes, people putting things down their throat. And we think that's normal. I mean, it is a skill.
Yeah.
It is
it's
not for everyone.
Incredible skill.
Yeah,
I've met some coaches that I go, my goodness, you are just like the mad scientist.
Like the mathematical equation,
in your head is
Someone should be doctors.
Yeah, I'm like, how do you not have a medical degree? Like the amount of information in your head is insane.
But then we've got others then we've got ones that are not.
Yeah, you've got the opposite.
And everyone wants to long to be that they've prepped someone for a comp.
Yeah.
Because they've done a comp.
Yeah.
All it is that they've done a comp, and all it is that because of the cocktail of drugs they've told them, they'll push the same cocktail.
Yeah.
Like I said, it's
the long-term harm that causes. And I think, coaches need to, like I say,
I think they need to sit with psychologists too.
Yeah.
I think that's what.
So, it needs to be a team effort. Like I said, when I designed the arena, it's not just about me coming in and going, you need to do this, you need to do this. It was about me going, okay,
you're a center point.
I want to work with your coach and with you. And if you're struggling in your mental health and something's really bad going on for you, then I'm going to have that conversation with your coach and go, hey, I'm on a bit of shaky ground right now. Like something's going on. And again, with the federation going, hey, this person's a little bit shaky, or you know what? Is this it? Are we ready? Are we actually ready? Or after the lights go off next month, 2 months, am I going to see that this person has really, really declined and that we've permanently damaged their mental health because we didn't do the responsible thing and pull the pin when we should have? There's always going to be another comp. There's always going to be another competition. You've got season A, season B, season F. You've got all these different competitions. There will always be another competition. There is never another you.
Imagine also, which has happened, imagine, I'm just saying, costing a life, someone's life in your hands.
Yeah.
I mean, we had it recently as well with Jimmy Sadek.
Yeah.
You know what I'm trying to say? Like, I mean, he was so proud of himself. Even 2 weeks before he went, he reached out to me to say to do a second podcast together because I think he wanted to show himself off.
Yeah.
He was like, hey, brother, he goes, like, hey, brother, you want to do a podcast together? But he goes, come to my studio, because he had one at. And I said to Chris, maybe we'll go out there and sit with him. But I never really got a chance to plan it. But what I'm getting at is he's even, I'm not saying how professional he was or how not, but even him in the game, in the season game, some people are pushing the line too far.
Yeah.
And the coaches involved, I mean, how do they address it? Can they address it? Is it their fault? Is it not their fault? But what I'm saying to you is, but what about the mental scar it leaves them for the future?
That's right.
That you lost someone under your watch, possibly.
Yeah.
Like maybe I guess making someone diet and go to the gym and they pass away, you can say, well, I guess they shouldn't have done that. But when you're involving a cocktail of chemicals, a depletion of food, diuretics,
health, all of the stuff,
and you're not putting that little thing together, then you're wondering, did I go too far? Because like I said, if it's a basic eat lean chicken, sweet potato, and get to the gym and that person has a heart attack and dies, you say, well, fuck.
They had an underlying
it was an underlying problem that was coming,
Yeah.
But when you're going like a lot of modifications and push and injectables and you name it, I think we've got away with it, haven't we? Really, we've gotten away with it, but we won't get away with it for long because they'll do exactly what they did with boxing. Boxing had they had 2 years in Australia where it was completely closed down because the government's like,
this is rubbish. We're having people die in a prep for a boxing match. This can't happen. They closed everything down and said, no more competitions. And then the government came in and regulated them.
Wow.
Up to wazoo. And then they were allowed to open up again and operate in Australia. But there was 2 years there where there was all underground boxing matches going on. There's never going to be an underground bodybuilding show. It's too bloody big. Like, there's no way that can happen. But with other sports, that's what goes on and that's what happens. But everyone needs, and the athletes need to take accountability too. They need to actually have the knowledge and the self-reflection to go, this service is being offered for a reason. You know, it's, some things will be a normal part of a prep, but there's other things that are not normal parts of prep. You know, people isolating and withdrawing, that's not a normal part of prep. A lot of people go, it is. It's not. To the degree of where it is. If you're having a bad people day and you're like, I don't want to people today, I'm not in the mood, that's all right. That's a normal human thing. I do that. I'm like, I'm all done.
Yeah, not making decisions quick enough and you got anxiety over it.
Yeah.
Okay.
These are normal things that can sometimes happen. But if there's weeks there where you're isolating and you're not engaging with people and you're saying, I'm feeling really lonely, I'm feeling really isolated, that's not normal. And we need to address that and support that, because all we'll start to do then is dopamine chase, and we'll do things that'll get that little quick dopamine hit for us. But at the back end of a prep, you go from having that really big dopamine high to crashing. Once you hit that crash, if you've already got this stuff going on, it's going to make it really, really hard for you to get up. And some people don't. I've had so many people, you know, slide into my DMs and say, I'm so glad you're doing this, Hope. This is so amazing. I had a mate who did bodybuilding and then, 12 months after he finished, he ended his life. Or I've had, this person ended up with very, very serious drug addiction, or this person ended up with really serious mental health and had to go on all these medications and stuff. This is very real. We don't have the data at the moment, which I'm trying to chase down through Queensland Health, New South Wales Health and Victoria Health to actually get some data to actually then hopefully, get some funding so that all of the federations can benefit from this, because this is something that we have to stop this. Like, this is an epidemic that's going on and we're contributing to it. If bodybuilding thinks we're not, we actually need to take a good, long, hard self look at ourselves. Of course we are. We are contributing to what's going on. We need to stop that. That can't be a thing.
So who's doing it in Australia?
We're all doing it.
No, but what I'm saying is is NABA trying to fix it?
NABA has been I love that they are so open to.
Are they only open to it at the moment? Or are they?
No, this is a long-term permanent change. The one thing that I really loved about NABA, even from the get-go when I very first competed with them, is that their focus wasn't just on the dollars. It wasn't just about the dollars on the stage, the dollars in the seats. It was about the athletes and the longevity of the sport in Australia. But
it seems unbelievable.
Yeah, I know. It seems unbelievable.
I'm ready for it to crack and go, no, we were lying to you all along because we're like everyone else.
Yeah, I just don't think Maria can't lie to save her life. She's just too honest of a person.
Really?
Yeah, she can't do it. She can't even fib to her kids. Like, she's like, oh no, this is not gonna, I didn't give them chocolate, or I haven't done, like, she just can't. Like, she's just such an open, honest, good soul. And she has people around her that'll hold her accountable as well. Like, all of the judges, like Pat and Steve, they are all in for this. They're like, yes, we're not just making a change for.
It seems a little bit unrealistic.
It feels like
unreal. It doesn't feel right. It doesn't feel right, does it, Chris? You're kind of waiting for the sales pitch.
Yeah. That's the thing. It's not. It's just about the athlete.
The closing down sale.
Yeah, it's just about the athlete's health. That's what it's about.
Well, that's, I think.
And offering something that no one ever has before. Like, I've done lots and lots of research around this. No federation has ever offered anything like this before.
Or if they're listening, Hope is your person.
I am. I'm the
arena.
The arena. I'm so excited for it. So many people have been so supportive and encouraging. I've already got athletes in the program now that are competing in season A. I've got people saying to me, hey, I want to go into season B. I'm like, great, let's get on board. And these aren't just brand new athletes either, like first timers. These are, guys that are pretty experienced they're like, oh, I'm almost a pro, or I'm a pro. Like, these guys are even saying, you know what? I probably haven't done that very well in my previous comps, maybe in my preps, maybe I actually need to do something about this. Maybe this might actually be a little bit of a problem. So bless their hearts, they've been so open to it. And it's all about making people feel comfortable with it. And it's not about, for me, it's not about, I know this, everyone's going to be like, so cliche. It's not about the money. It's not. I'm not taking a cent from this at the moment. Not a cent. I don't care about the money. What I care about is that in 2 years' time, 3 years' time, 5 years' time, 10 years' time, when my son wants to compete, that there is a stage full of athletes there, and that bodybuilding in Australia is going gangbusters and being an example for the rest of the globe to lift their damn game.
Yeah, but I want to say something. I think it's wonderful what you're doing. But I think this fucking free thing that goes on in bodybuilding, because it's rampant now.
Yeah.
I'm just letting you know, not just what you're doing. I know you're doing it out of the kindness of your heart. But most sports, Formula One, rugby league, they've got catering departments.
Yeah.
They pay catering departments. The players get wraps, grapes, strawberries after training. They've got masseurs.
Yeah.
They've got mental health coaches. They've got media. They send on me. Like, what I'm getting is stop taking the money from the top and not handing it out.
Yeah.
I'm just saying they all should take a good look at themselves.
Yeah.
Enough with volunteers. Yes, get some volunteers, but bloody hell, don't bank yourself just on volunteers.
Yeah.
That's a poor business model.
Yeah.
It's a poor business model.
It is, yeah.
If sponsors are paying, tell the sponsors what they're paying for.
Yeah.
You're paying for a mental health expert, someone at the back massaging athletes, fucking whatever it is. All this freebie and making the athletes are paying for it anyway.
Yeah.
But tell them what they're paying for. The reason you're registering for our federation is there's this, and this. I feel like running my own federation one day, and have big fucking prize money for people, right?
Yeah.
I mean, enough with plastic trophies.
Yeah.
I mean, reward people. I know NABA's doing that currently, and enough with pro cards.
Yeah.
Make people enjoy being an amateur.
I don't want to, I have no aspirations to be a pro in the next, and I've competed.
You can be the best amateur and do very well with that.
Yeah. I have no ambition to do it. I think you've got to have skin in the game and blood in the arena before you get that pro card.
I think
like you've got to have worked for it. You have to have got so close, like Icarus, so close to the sun, your wings got burned at times. Like you have to, when they hand that thing to you, bawl your damn eyes out because you worked to get it. This whole we're handing them out like friggin' lollies. No. And it loses the validity to the people that had to work so damn hard to get it.
But
like a backhanded, you've only been in this game 12 months. Here's your pro card. This person's been doing it for 5, 6, 10 years.
Yeah. And
they've only just got it last year, but we're going to hand it to you. Like, it's such a slap in the face.
But the thing is, I don't think like I said, half the things I don't even know. Like, I mean, I've been a spectator. But what I've realized and what I'm watching, some amazing physiques, amazing bodybuilders, amazing. I'm telling you, amazing.
Yep.
Once they get their pro card, they can't make it in that league anymore and they retire.
Yeah.
So what I'm getting is they get the pro card. I know it helps their business or their profile. But what I'm trying to say to you is sometimes getting it too early takes away you becoming a notoriety in the game, in the amateur league, and people excited watching you in the amateur league, and also you getting an opportunity to do IFBB, to do NABA, to do other federations, to just compete,
enjoy,
and be a competitor, and enjoy amateur league. And when you get your pro card in the if that's the pro card you want is the IFBB pro card, well, that's fine. You got it, and you're ready to. Well, unfortunately, we don't have any comps in Australia, so you're going to be ready to go overseas. But when you're going overseas and coming 19th, and then you become 16th, you're suddenly a nobody, and you don't fit well with that either. Where it requires mental health with that one too.
Yeah, it's a smash on their mental health.
So I think preparing people accordingly, which it was in the past, was winning. Winning a Mr. World is an amateur.
Yeah.
It's not a pro card, but what a title.
Yeah, an incredible title.
I think even Mr. Universe was never a pro card either or something, which is an amateur pro. And then, but that's Mr. Universe.
Yeah.
Do you know how many people don't have a Mr. by their name or a Mrs. by their name?
Yeah, so many.
So that's what I mean. Like Charlie Duca, Grant Mayo, Lee Priest, John Torelli, Eddie, what's his surname? Eddie from England.
I call him
Elwood.
it, yeah.
Eddie Elwood.
Yeah.
Sam Ioannidis. Like, look at them. They all NABBA champs of Mr. Universes and Mr. Worlds and Mr. Something.
Yep.
And they've done IFBB too. And they've got, but there was a journey in it all.
Yeah.
And I think we're grabbing cards in federations. That means I can't go to the other federation.
Yeah.
Because I've got to forfeit my card.
Yeah.
So I think we just got to.
Well, NABBA was really like, they were very clever before Worlds and said, if you want to compete, like, we'll honour your pro card from another federation. I was like, oh.
No, but the thing is.
I was like, I loved that they did that. I loved it. I was like, this is brilliant. But why did they have to do it?
No, but
like,
the
that
thing
shouldn't
is.
be okay.
Yeah, but the thing is, let me just say this. They're honouring it.
Yeah.
They're honouring it. But if, let's say, IFBB decides to dump it, then you can honour as much as you want. You're coming with no pro card.
Yeah.
It's the other federations that will accept it or not.
Yeah.
We can say, come over, even the naturals pros, even the enhanced pros, like, come on over.
Yeah.
But those federations, if they start dumping them, that's what people don't want to give up.
Yeah.
You can be embracing,
Yeah.
but how's NABBA going to feel if their pros are going to other federations?
Yeah,
are
that's
they going to be happy with, or they're going to dump their pro cards on them?
Mm.
So it's kind of like, I'm just trying to say, we'll accept everyone,
Yeah.
but you can't go anywhere else.
Yeah.
I think, like I said, I think the best thing to do is the athletes need to know. Some athletes knew, and they were great bodybuilders, that they were never going to win an Olympia.
Yeah.
And just knowing that made them go in the lane that a Mr. Universe or a Mr. World title, whatever title they were going for, that they wanted that. But even if it was getting a pro card by going and trying just to win a pro show, or picking a pro show around the world, like that's what I mean. Like it's that's what I'm saying. I'm seeing a lot of pros retiring.
Yeah.
Because what they're doing overseas, they just won't go to that level.
Yeah.
In pharmaceutical, in injectables, in liquids, in a lot of things. And that's, like I said, so I don't know if they just love, and that's what I'm saying is, if the stage is what you love, I don't know. But like I said, I think it's, like I said, I think having, I just hate the word collaboration, and I hate the word no one wants to pay, especially when it comes to federations. Yeah. Like, what do you want to pay for? Yeah. Yeah. Like,
where are you going to spend your money?
Where are you going to spend your money?
Yeah.
I get it. You've got to put on a spectacle, but you're not probably you're probably not filling the seats accordingly, and you're just banking on registrations. Yeah. But how about you try to bank on both registrations, but make sure that money goes to the people that are supporting the athlete and get your numbers up in the crowd. Yeah. You should be looking at your charts and saying, why, how do we, I mean, I know they say more athletes, more in the crowd. Yeah. But sometimes they leave once that athlete's gone.
Yeah, most of them do.
There's no one in the crowd.
I've been at shows where it's absolutely packed to the brim. But as soon as the bodybuilding guys have gone off, half the crowd's gone because all of their, all their runner crowd's gone, all their mates and all their family. That's what I'm saying. And then it's empty and you're like, all right, cool. Like,
but what happens if that athlete doesn't compete again? You're not going to have no one in the crowd. So I think you've got to make it. Look, I went and saw a show myself back when it was the Arnolds in 2019 because I was 49. I was thinking about competing and I was doing okay. And I went and I bought a ticket to go watch the IFBB show. And it was Arnold's and I enjoyed it. I really did. And that was me. I didn't even know who was on stage. Yeah. I just went and watched it for the day and I was like, wow, this is really cool. This is what it looks like. Because I didn't even know how you register for a comp and what you do for a comp. So I think, maybe doing, I don't know how they sell tickets. I don't know how they do it. I've never really heard how they sell tickets. I've never seen it broadcast correctly. Yeah. Like we're doing a 24-hour sale.
Yeah.
get a 50% to come and watch the show,
Yeah.
or I don't know. I've never, I've never heard, I've never really heard of get your ticket, get your ticket. I've never I'm just saying I'm not.
Yeah.
I've heard you can live stream it, you can do this, you can do that.
I think a lot of people for the nationals and stuff like that, live stream is a great option, but I don't think and a lot of them now are saying, oh, like we're not going to live stream it for nothing. We're going to, there's a $25 fee that you've got to pay, which I think is great. Yeah. But equally, like being at a show is amazing. Like it's so much fun. The energy, the environment, the people and stuff like that. And even, it's not even just people who are bodybuilders. Like lots of people that when you sit back in the crowd at one of the shows, and these people who are sitting here might not be bodybuilders, but it's actually really interesting listening to them and hearing their critiques and them saying, oh, I think that person should have won and they had better this and they had better this. I love that everyone becomes an expert in the crowd. Like it's so fun, but they really enjoy it. Like the audience really enjoy it. So I'm like, well, maybe there's a way to sort of capture that and to show people and go, hey, if you want to come to a bodybuilding show, this is what you can expect. It's not all just this. Like
I think there's only one thing you need to be good at. I think in entertainment, is pre. Yeah. Once the doors are open, you're selling nothing. Yeah. But pre, and I think the UFC does it the best way.
Oh, the UFC every boxing and UFC, they're always sold out. Like it is crazy
because they're putting spectacles on. Yeah. And that's what I'm saying is maybe knowing who your lineup is and saying, so-and-so is going to be competing at NABA. Yeah. And you're going, who's Turek? Yeah. And who's this? But doing boxing profiles of them. Yeah. And just going.
Making it
or in the IFBB, whatever. This person, Sam Sulik's going to be there. Yeah. Who's like, what I'm getting at is, not that Sam Sulik would be there, but I'm just giving that, and you're going like, who the hell is that? He's not Australian, but like, who is this person? Yeah. Like, what I'm getting at is, I've just announced you. Who the hell are you, really? Yeah. But I told people you're sitting in the chair with me. Yeah. That might give me 2,000 views and saying, oh, does he have a podcast? Who else has he had on? Yeah. You understand?
Yeah, 100%.
Right? Yeah. But we're nobodies. Yeah. But I'm making you seem very special. I'm not sorry to say that, but I'm making you seem special, like you're a rock star. Yeah. Because you're the rock star. Yeah. And then when your podcast is going to be launched, I'm going to do you got to watch this podcast. Yeah. And but once we've launched it, we'll broadcast, but we can't go on forever.
Yeah, that's right.
So we're hoping we brought in the masses and then we'll let Evergreen run its course, like time. But we're always going like, do you know, Marty Fortune? Yeah. Who's Marty Fortune? You don't know Marty Fortune, the Irishman and NABA competitor? Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
I think there definitely needs to be some of that. I think there's so many different avenues you can go down to really build this. I think probably one of the issues that the federations face a lot is that every single year the show dates change. So, I think that's probably a bit of an issue as well, because I know that they need to change for whatever reason. It might be availability. It might be that, if IFBB's got a show on one weekend, NABA doesn't want to put their show on that exact same weekend. They want to put it on before or whatever. So everyone's sort of waiting until the last minute, but then it is going to impact on your ticket sales and the amount of competitors you're going to get in and how many people you're going to get in the seats and stuff like that. So I think, one of the things they could do really quickly is just lock in the dates and go forever and a day. It will always be the third Sunday in March every year moving forward. Yeah, it will always be that Sunday every year from now moving forward, third Sunday in March. That's season ace. That's what we're doing.
But how foolish is it don't you reckon, Chris, would be foolish if, let's say NABA locked in the 3rd of March, let's just say, or you'd be a fool to lock in the 3rd of March to compete against them just to take their numbers. Yeah. Well, if they're prepped up on the 3rd, go 7 days later, people are still conditioned. They probably want to come and do a week later comp. Yeah. Just do the 10th. Yeah. And say, I know you guys are in the midst of prep. We've got a show going for you. Yeah. Instead of bagging the other federation or putting them down, just go, you're in it. Yeah. It's a Grand Prix event. Yeah. Come on down. Come and race on our track. Yep. I don't know. Like I said, I think
a Grand Prix would be amazing.
Yeah, I don't know.
Right. Let's do it. Let's see where it all goes.
That's what I'm saying is we're in Australia, we're in Dubai, we're in this, we're in that. Like, I don't know. Like, I think, just lock in, and if it's locked in, you lock in yours and lock in yours. But I think locking in on the same dates to be spiteful, I think you're like, you could book a week ahead if you think you want to be first in, like whatever it is. It's a chess game, but that's okay if someone locks in. But waiting, like I said, I don't know why it matters. Like, don't lock in the same day, because you're not going to get the athlete.
No.
But a week before, or 2 weeks before, or
maybe, even a week later.
Or a week later, someone might want to miss the mark, or maybe someone's prepped in early and they want to see what maybe they're not even wanting a title or a placing, but they want to season themselves before a comp. Yep. I don't know. I mean, what am I? Who am I? I don't know. I'm just a podcaster that loves bodybuilding, but on a social level. Before we go into that, I asked the guests 4 questions.
Rightio.
Right. And just give us your answer. It's my 2026. I always bring in something every year. So this year I've brought in this. Seeing the gym and bodybuilding involves the words buddy, family, relationships. Let's look at all relationships. Okay. So what makes a good, well, Chris gets his, Hello, Taki. What makes a good training partner, a good training buddy?
A good training buddy. Someone that you don't have to, I guess, good training. I train alone all the time because I hate training with people.
But let's say if
I had a good training.
What would make a good training buddy then? If someone said, I want to train with you, what would you call a good training buddy?
Someone who's going to be open to the experience of training, not just come in with a set idea of, all right, today we're doing legs and we're going to do blah, 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 blah. It's going to be like, all right, how is the experience of this training going to be? And what can I learn from this person? And what can they learn from me?
Okay.
I think you always take those as learning opportunities.
Okay. I'll go with that. What makes a good friend?
For me, a good friend is somebody who is very respectful of my boundaries and somebody who can look at me and say, you can tell me anything and I will never think less of you. I'll love you unconditionally. That's a good friend to me.
That's a good friend. What makes a good lover?
Oh, God. How long do we have?
I'll just sit back and put my legs up.
Look, good lover to me is somebody who is, again, it's a bit of a learning experience. Somebody who is open to learning from you and for you to learn from them, and to safety, to create that safe space. For me, safety is a big one.
Safety?
Yeah.
Okay. How does going to the gym, lifting weights better improve your life?
I think it improves everything about your life. I think anytime that you're doing anything that is regulating your central nervous system, regulating your hormones, giving you a purpose, that for me is one of the biggest things that comes out of lifting weights, is all of those things.
Okay, lovely. All right, good answers. We'll finish up shortly. So let's have a look. My life right now, balancing it all. Right now, I'm a busy mum with an 11-year-old. ADHD. They're all ADHD. It's just a word they're giving. They're just busy kids.
No, mine is. Mine clinically is. You can look it up in the dictionary and that's him.
Do you know, so you've got one kid?
Yeah.
Look, I think it's hard for everybody, especially mums, but let's say for everyone and dads. When it's one kid, usually when there's brothers and sisters or brothers, whatever it's called, sometimes that you get a reprieve because they're balancing, like, look at this thing on my phone and look at this dance and look at this trending thing. But because they've got no one else, it's you. Yeah. Like, you're like you just give me a break for a second. Yeah. But it's like they don't. That's what I'm saying. I think it's just this one child thing is a hard one. But when there's two, they can entertain each other. Yeah. Like, come outside, I want to skateboard, but if they had a sibling, they might go outside with a sibling and, or hit a ball or do whatever. I don't know. That's what I believe. That's why the parents are so busy. I work across New South Wales and South Australia. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So I have to really stay organised on top of my training, check-ins and food prep. Are you competing?
Yeah, I'm going to do 2027.
2027.
Yeah. I'm going to do the Australian show for NABA and then going to go and do Korea. And then I'm going to go to Mexico and do Worlds.
Wow, so combine a holiday together.
Yeah. I've always wanted to go to Mexico, so it's a good excuse. I'll go and do Worlds over there.
Wow, Mexico. Well, I should be paying attention. That's what you've got here.
Yeah.
I'm competing in 2027. Okay. Pathways to support others. Yep. That allows me to still support others through the prep while going through my own. Okay. I'm very used to working in the mental health space with while competing myself, so I can practice what I preach and continue to refine my own approach based on the experience. Right. My goal for the Golden Arena is simple but ambitious. I want to be known and used the same way supplements are. Okay. You take your greens, you do your mental health wellbeing program. It should be that normalized, that automated. Very true. So we need a pre-workout hope
Yeah.
and a post-workout hope.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, that's what we need. Maybe it's a new brand we create, Chris, called Hope. Hope. Your pre-workout. How do you take it? Just ring her.
Just ring
It's
her.
on WhatsApp.
Just do a
And
WhatsApp
what's
or a DM.
my post workout? WhatsApp Hope.
Yeah.
No, that's great. That's great. My purpose, when I look back in life, it's clear that helping people isn't just my career. It's my purpose. I'm 40 years old now. Oh, you look amazing. 40. My son is 11. Every challenge I faced, epilepsy, abuse, bullying, eating disorders, losing my dad, has shaped who I am and what I do. Every drop in the ocean creates a ripple. That's my goal, to create ripples that lead to real change and how we support. That's your purpose.
That's
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
That is it.
It's clear about helping people. When you look back in your life, it's your purpose. I can see that. It's amazing. Well, you're doing it.
Getting there.
Yeah, it's very exciting. It's very exciting. Obviously Marty, firstly I thought you were struggling. Just get to show you who I am. So Marty goes, you've got to reach out to this girl called Hope. She's something about mental health and she needs, I'll read it back if you want. And I went, oh, and he goes, you'd be perfect to talk to her. And I went, because she's struggling. And I went, I go, all right, I'll reach out and see if she's okay. And that's why I was reaching out. I was actually reaching out to.
I'm like, yeah, I'm good. Like, I'm great.
Yeah, I did. I was like, I'll see if I find it quickly, and then we'll go over the body because we can laugh over it. So, let's see if it kept it, because sometimes Marty. Here we go, Marty Fortune. God, the system's so slow. So I was like, and I thought you were struggling. So I was like, yeah, and I went, all right, I'll reach out. And I said, are you okay? But that's, I'm not trying to act that I'm a nice guy. I just don't let people suffer on my watch.
Yeah.
And because he reached out, like the only person that can ignore this is me, and I can't ignore it. So I thought no, I didn't save the messages. But yeah, I thought Hope was struggling with mental health, and I thought maybe I should reach out and help this. He just made me think that I must have said something on the podcast and not perfect person to help you. And when I said, "Oh, are you okay?" You go, "I'm great," and then I kind of read into it. I went, "Oh," and then I wrote back to Marty. I said, "Marty, you could have said this a little bit easier. I didn't know she's doing the arena
Bless
thing."
him.
Yeah,
Bless him.
because I was like. Oh,
He's a simple creature.
He
at
said,
times.
"Oh, yeah, so sorry. I did make it sound like she was struggling mentally, but she's helping people mentally." I went, "Oh, she's got some great value. And you should, because he said you should chat to her." I thought, I don't know, maybe I have inspired him to want to help people with mental health. But Yes, that's how it all started. And then we
Nice.
found out. So we thought we'd get you on, which is wonderful. So we're going to go over the body now.
Love it.
All right. One body part, one exercise, sets and reps. If you don't do it, you don't do it. It's cool. And if you don't coach anyone to do it, that's cool as well. Or traps.
Oh, God. Traps I never train. I don't ever train my traps.
We're going with delts, side delts.
Oh, yeah, I got to do the old,
Lateral raises?
Yeah, the raises, yeah.
Sets and reps?
Look, I've got crappy shoulders, so as few as I can possibly get away with, like, usually like 4x5. Like, that's usually it.
Rear delts?
Rear delts. Probably my front pull downs, I reckon.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. They tend to hit my rear delts more than anything else because my shoulders are weird. So, yeah, I usually probably do about, I think it's 10 reps, 4 sets usually.
Okay. Front delts?
Oh, I just got to stick with the old classic. Grab your plate and do your front raises.
Front raises, okay.
Stick with them.
Okay. Back?
Oh, lat pull downs. I love me
down.
some lat pull downs. Love it.
How many sets and reps there?
I probably do about 6 sets and I'll do 10 reps, but I probably do them a lot slower. I do them in isolation as well.
Okay.
Yeah.
Chest?
Oh, good old chest press. You just got to stick with it.
Yeah.
I'm such an old, my coach is so old school that everything he's given me is like old school bodybuilding style. So whatever the boys would have done back in the day, that's what I'm doing.
Yeah, that's good. Abs?
I hate the ab machine that you sort of like the crunch machine, just the crunches on the machine. I hate it, but I do it.
Okay. Bicep?
Oh, good old bicep curls.
Bicep
just
curl.
pretending that I'm Arnie in the mirror.
Yeah. And how many sets and reps there? Some I'll ask, some I won't.
Look, bicep curls I try and do at least 5 sets and at least 10 reps. At least.
Tricep?
The good old rope pull
downs.
Yeah, love them.
Forearms?
I don't do anything for my forearms.
Okay, no, I wouldn't do. Quads?
The good old hack squat.
Hack squat, everyone loves that.
I don't love it. I hate it. Me and the hack
hates it.
squat have a love-hate relationship, and I hate it. It's crap.
Hammies?
My favorite hammy one is a stand-up hammy curl.
Oh, yep.
Actually get using the machine and standing up. I love them.
Glutes?
I actually think glute kickbacks are probably my favorite.
Yep.
Yeah, and I can probably smash about 15 reps for 4 sets of them.
Okay. Calves?
I like the seated calf raises.
Seated calf
yeah, I don't know why. I just like them more. Like the stand-up ones always feel like I'm about to fall over.
Tibialis. That's the front of the calf. Not many people train it.
I usually just do where you sort of stand on the edge of the stairs and you just sort of pull your toes up. Yeah. I do them and I do probably about 15 reps of them for 4.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, time to promote yourself. Where can we find you and what are you doing? What's the latest?
Yeah, you can find me on mind.space on Instagram or hope.p on Instagram. Either one of them, I'm always on them. And the next bit is taking on more athletes for the arena and just taking on more athletes in general. So it doesn't have to be through the arena. If they're just going, hey, I just want a bit of extra support. I'm about to go into a prep or I want to go into a prep, but I've got all this stuff going on in my life and I want to get ready, then happy to do that as well. So
that's really the arena.
Yeah.
And the arena specifically is you going into a comp prep and being helped there, but you also do, even if you're not in a comp prep and you wanting to trim down and finding diet hard, whatever it might be hard.
Yeah.
What's the hardest thing for you in a prep?
Hardest thing for me in a prep is probably the pressure I put on myself.
All right. And what's the easiest?
The easiest thing is enjoying the process.
Okay. Well, there you go. Hard on yourself and enjoying it.
Yeah.
Well, I want to say thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you had a good time. We got to talk. I think we spoke about a lot of things.
Yeah, heaps. Covered up on heaps of stuff.
Thank you so much.
You're so welcome. Thank you.
Hey, guys. another podcast done with another wonderful guest. They're all greats, no matter who they are. So to continue what we're doing and to keep supporting you and bringing the very best, if you could subscribe, hit the notification bell, press like, it only helps us to grow this channel even further. We really appreciate the support. Thank you for watching this podcast. Thank you for watching all podcasts. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for liking.